Hello, everyone. This is a fucking disaster, and I'm Blake Shepard. I'm holding this mic from 1977 game shows because we're here to listen to some of your music and bully some local children and tell them to not make music anymore. I'm here with Jack the Ripper, notable murderer from the early 1800s. We found him. It's this guy. He was hiding the entire time, and I found him. So
That was
Captain.
a big fact. He was just hiding like a goober.
Send this link to your people. Put it on Snapchat. Put it on Instagram. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Yo Mama. Put it on Twitter. Put it on your LinkedIn. Yeah. Put it on your TikTok. Put it on your everything. Tell them to come join the chat.
Put it on your OnlyFans.
We're the only people in Minnesota that have a podcast. So come and join our podcast and listen to our podcast while we talk on our podcast about podcast things. Anyways, we were late tonight because we are in a different area. Our computer...
Technical difficult.
Our computer is...
Technically difficult.
Our computer is being difficult. We're going to be going to couples therapy next week. So we'll
Couples
figure
therapy.
it out.
This must be a podcast. It might be. It just might be.
It's slightly a podcast. So, Jack the Ripper, introduce yourself.
Hey, guys.
What do you got going on? Who are you? Why are you here? We didn't invite you. You just kind of showed up.
I just kind of showed up today. My name's Jack the Ripper. I'm from the local 507 Minnesota area. Doing music for a long time.
150 years post the murders.
Post murders, roughly give or take 150 years. It took me like 20 just to swim here. I got lost. And then I had to wait for technology to catch up. So roughly 300, 400 years old.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes
That's
sense.
who I am.
That
This
makes
man
sense.
is
Okay,
almost
good.
as old as a dinosaur.
We have Jack the Ripper, the rapper, the artist, the guy that murdered 7 women in London in 1790. He's
All
here.
accusations.
Yeah, he even changed his accent to like
Accusations.
some like
false
Midwest variation
accusations.
just to please all of you. So, you know, acknowledge him. Clap your hands. We need a sound effect for that
I
still.
can do that now.
Yeah.
Actually.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just make sure it's turned on.
Everybody hold on. We're going to get an applause.
Yeah. But yeah, while we're waiting for this round of applause, because I'm going to need it after this, we are going to start doing a like feature in some sort of way of like, you know, the best submissions of the month or of the week. You feel me? You feel me? Does that make sense to you? So
Best
make sure,
submission.
make sure you get the opportunity to, you know, to submit your music and tell all your music homies to submit their music.
Submit your music.
Yeah, submit your music because we need it. So now, round of applause.
Yeah.
Clap, clap, clap.
We could hear. Oh, I forgot my.
Not playing. Oh. There we go.
Clap, clap, clap.
I had all the music
Come to the
turned on.
podcast.
We have a round of applause now.
That's perfect framing. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We had a show last week on Thursday at the Garden Skate Park in Rochester. We also I don't know. We almost had a show in Duluth and then it didn't happen.
What happened?
Oh,
Somebody tell me.
okay. So there's these artists I know in Duluth that
Mhm.
basically they do pretty close to what I do. They have their own media company. They're artists themselves, and they manage all the other bullshit in their life, whatever.
Okay.
And they had booked a venue or they have this venue, right? They're friends with this guy that has a venue.
Yep.
And it's they sell clothes out of it. They have a liquor license. They have a stage. All this stuff. Cool,
Solid.
right? Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. So I hit them up like 2 months ago, and I'm like, hey, we would love to do a show in Duluth. Like, we'll do all the promo. We'll get the people to pop out. We just need a spot. We got the sound. We'll bring everything. Just need a spot. Like, yeah, I got a spot. Let's just set the lineup and let's do it. I'm like, okay, well, I need to talk to the venue owner to like make sure this is all good. And they're like, no, they're like, it's good, bro. It's like it's booked. It's solid. They're like, we're friends with the dude. It's all good, right? So then it gets to be like 2 weeks before the show. I'm in the group chat, and I'm talking to the same guy again, and he's like, hey, I won't be able to perform because he was supposed to be on the set list. He's like, but this other dude that I work with closely, who I also know, he's like, he can take over. He knows everything I know, all this other stuff. I'm like, okay. So I go to guy number 2, rapper number 2, and I say, hey, is the show still booked, all that? Or he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, can I just like give me the Facebook or the number of the venue owner or something like that so I can hash this out, just so I can have his word that we are booked? And he's like, no, don't worry about it, bro. I'm in there every day. He's like, my word is good, all that. 2 days before the show, he calls me. He's like, I got bad news, bro. He's like, the show is canceled. So
rough.
Yeah, we basically went up there anyways because we had already
went all the way there anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the story too.
Okay.
We went up there anyways, and because my B&B was already paid for, so we're like, well, let's spend a couple days in Duluth. Fuck it.
Okay.
And so we went to Duluth, and we brought all the sound with us, even in Dan's truck. And we got up there. We're like, what if we just find a place to perform? Right. And I'm thinking to myself, look, and nobody's gonna tell me any different because I 100% believe this. If you find a frat kid that is part of a frat house,
Yep.
or even a sorority girl, and you say, hey, we got these big ass basses that'll blow the fucking plates out your kitchen. Do you want to throw a party tonight? Our show got canceled. We were supposed to be downtown. You're saying they wouldn't even think about it? Come on now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
That's facts.
They would think about it because I did that shit in Winona once. So we went around downtown asking people, like, what are you guys doing tonight? Where are the spots? Do you know anybody here? Do you know any of that? Got all the way to the point where I went to the Instagram of the fraternities and found contact information to somebody who supposedly ran this Instagram page for the fraternity, and I called it, and the answering machine is like, hey, it's Mikey for something landscaping and all this other stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? And he ends up calling me back. He's like, hey, who is this? And I'm like, oh, hey, this is Robbie Schaefer. I'm management for Dark Gems International. That's my management name. And
That's my management name.
and he's like, I told him the situation. I was like, hey, we were supposed to be booked at this fraternity, which was the rival fraternity. And I'm like, they stood us up on the night. I'm like, do you guys want to have like free, like us put on a free show for you guys, play some music and stuff like that at your fraternity? He's like, hey, that sounds great. He's like, but here's the thing. I graduated 5 years ago.
No way.
Yep.
He's like, but I still know people that go to the college. Let me give you this guy's number. So he gives me this guy's number. I'm like, this is it. I'm like, I just need to talk to this guy on the phone. I'm like, we're in, bro.
Got it.
And I call the number. They don't pick up. I wouldn't either. I understand. Especially since my area code is a Chicago area code. So I'm not going to pick up. So doesn't pick up. I try calling him again. Doesn't pick up. Get a text. Or I text him. I explain the situation again. I'm like, hey, we were supposed to have a show tonight. All this other stuff. I talked to your friend Mikey
So-and-so.
or whatever, right?
Yep.
And they're like, how do you know Mikey? And I'm like, well, I've got his contact through the fraternity page, all this other stuff. And they're like, oh, okay. What are you trying to do again? I explained it to him again. He's like, no, we're not interested in that. I'm like, oh my God. bro, come on. Come on.
Who doesn't want a free
Who
show?
doesn't want that? Maybe it's because the week before finals, but still, it's like, you're not for real then. Like, you don't really go hard.
Who doesn't party for finals?
You don't party a week before finals?
Lame.
Lame as hell.
Guest
Sounds like a
appearance
bunch of
by
people.
the one and only kitten. It's my cat. I'm sorry.
Slap that cat's ass.
Those fraternity people sound like they eat carrots.
Yeah, they sound like they eat carrots for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro.
Big dumb nerds.
So then I'm like, fuck, that was like the closest I was going to get. Like, all the sorority contacts didn't have any contact information, none of that.
Yep.
So, like, we're at a loss with that. Then we're like, okay, well, let's just go downtown and see, like, who we can meet and all that. So we ended up going to, like, a couple bars and stuff like that. We went to a strip club. Yeah, and, like, the strip club was basically like, oh, why are you on your phone? And I'm like, it's 2023.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
more
kinda-
on my phone than I am in the moment. Duh. I'm Gen Z, okay? This is
is
I'm
life
in
now.
altered reality, okay? I don't live my life without my phone. And they're like, no. I'm like, it's Christ. Do I pay $5 for you to yell at me?
That's it. $5.
$5 cover for the strip club in
$5
Duluth.
to go see some
So-
mid titties. They weren't even that great. Not
So,
even that great.
Yeah, then we walk out of the strip club because Dan was not impressed with the titties.
Well, that wasn't the reason why. It was
That was
because-
exactly the reason.
No, the reason
That was
why.
the number
this
one
is-
reason.
No, we left because you were like, I'm on a mission.
I was on a mission. I was pissed off that fraternity turned me down. So we went to like a couple more
Good reason.
bars. We had some like I don't know, some like poli-sci looking motherfuckers laugh at us, kind of like, you could try karaoke down at the Sponge or whatever the fuck it was called.
Motherfucker, we don't do karaoke.
I'm like, we don't do karaoke, bitch.
Not at all.
So
Are you
Um,
trashing karaoke right now?
I'm trashing the guy
Well,
that suggested I do karaoke.
Fair. Okay.
So
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
hello. Okay. Dan's gonna come get you. Dan's gonna come get you. That's half our phone calls. He's like, you said what?
Huh? Go on,
Go
kitten.
down.
Go.
Anyways, we go to a couple bars. Some people like chuckle at us. You want to do karaoke? Ah! Seriously? Anyways, then we go to this one place that looks like really sophisticated, and there's all these people walking out. We're like, oh, this is like a gala type.
Mm.
Maybe these
Fancy
these look
people.
like people that like to party. These are not elderly people by any stretch.
Okay.
So
young fancy people.
yeah. We're like, okay, let's
They have to drink at least.
yeah. So we're like, these people know something. Maybe there's an after party gala or whatever. Go out to them, and we get closer. Like I noticed, like Dan's looking really tall, and I'm like, he goes up to them and he gives them a really good sob story. He's like, hey, we're out of a deposit. Like we lost $1,000 or whatever. You guys like want to host a show or whatever? And like, well, I don't know, man. We just got out of prom, and we're like. And we're like, okay. We're like, we might as well just mail it in for the night. And so, like, we streamed a live show on Twitch.
Okay.
It was cool. And then we got really freaking,
I'm sit at the big boy
Drunk.
table. Lunde.
Inebriated.
yeah. And then we went home.
Sit out the big. Come on.
I snag a fry.
I'm taking the big brother fee.
Got Max Sauce, bro.
Oh, dude.
A
yeah.
Max House?
Dude, they sell Max sauce now as like individual containers.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's a whole 10 cents
Tell
more.
me what it's
they
like.
rob you. They're
10
like, you
cents
want.
more?
Yeah, they're
I
like,
don't
you.
give a fuck.
Well, it's funny though. They're like, you want the good stuff? Taxing.
We're gonna take your money.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, because they make it impossible to put, like, to order Mac sauce through the app, and everybody was bitching. They're like, make it a fucking option. So like, all right, here you go.
Here you be. What you always wanted. I can't just
So-
like walk up and get it though, right?
Yeah, you can. You just
Kinda.
ask for it. Be like, yo, let me get some
Who
Mac
lied
sauce.
to me and told me I could only order it through the app?
No, I'm saying, and they make it harder.
What's your
To
opinion
order
of
through that.
McDonald's?
Dog shit ass food.
It gets the
Hungry
job
niggas are
done.
hungry.
Baller on a budget.
Gets the job done.
He's got balls and he's on a budget.
Ball budget.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the ball
Bro,
budget?
what is that like cartoon AI generated barbecue potato chip bag you got there?
Fairway.
Fairway. Hell yeah, bro. Show the camera that. Bro, I type in AI generator barbecue potato chip bag. That's what
it.
comes out.
How
They're
do you
pretty
think
good.
they got
Not gonna lie,
that
they're a little
bag?
spicy.
Oh, that's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Why pay an artist when
When
computers can do it for you?
Computers are artists already. Human life is irrelevant.
What if artists are computers?
Everything you felt in your
What
life
if-
is a waste of time.
Like, bro,
What?
we should try this fry with the mac sauce. Bro.
Do you have a mic?
Do it.
Yeah, I do. Give your
Oh.
review.
Fuck. That's really fucking good, man.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
But you want one?
Dude,
Yes.
fries and mac sauce, goated.
Go
It's like In and Out with animal style, bro.
Yeah. I'm mad that's good.
yeah.
I'm mad
I'm
that's
mad
good.
that's good.
How
You
dare
gonna
they?
get me back
Yeah, I
on fast
forgot.
food, bro? Come on.
Well, I mean, we got a McDonald's in town,
Can you
so
order a fries?
Can I go to order a mac sauce with the fries, dog?
can I get a side of fries with my mac sauce?
Yeah.
I want an absurd. Give me a gallon.
They'll just give you a large cup and just fill it with mac sauce.
I wish they would. Who do I have to? do?
American.
Yeah, the fries.
I'm good.
It's not-
King Lunde, tell us about the project you're working on and why mac sauce is thoroughly involved.
Is it? Is this confirmed?
Mac sauce is in the project. No, it's
Let's
kidding.
go. Oh,
No, it's in the project
It's
now.
it's a part of the process.
I'm just gonna
You
speak
have
it
to
into
admit it.
existence. Every conversation we have, I'm talking about mac sauce, and then through that, it'll subconsciously end up in your lyrics.
I don't want to reveal too much about the project. It's gotta be. But
You just
I'm
revealed
just
a lot
surprised
about
you're
the
not
project.
here in your little bunny mask today.
bro, this in itself is a shiesty, bro. There's multiple masks.
Well,
The
you've already
stranger has
exposed yourself for this long on cam, so you might as well just rock it out.
Bro, because I got food, bro. Once I fucking eat
So?
my food, bro, I'm gonna go fucking put the mask back down. So y'all get to
Brand
see my face for a little bit.
inconsistency.
Bring it,
um,
bring
The
it
labels don't like it. They're gonna be on the phone. They'll be like, "Yeah, we'd love to sign you, but remember that one time you took off your mask on stream? Yeah, we like people that can keep their fucking mask on."
Therefore,
Eat the. You should be
project-
eating it through the mask.
I will say one word to reveal any aspect of the project because it's going to remain secretive. The
Yeah.
back rooms.
That's creepy.
Back rooms.
Yeah. Have you seen the back rooms?
No.
It's like creepy room. They're liminal spaces, and it's like the transitioning point from one place to another, and it's just creepy. And then there's monsters that are running through it. I don't know if he's got the monsters incorporated, but yeah, there's a lot. All right, cool. Monsters Inc. That's not copyrighted. Don't take us down, Disney.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Blake, what are you focused on right now? Consistency, right?
These
But in the
bitches
label.
are wildin'. No, I was trying to repost our thing on my story,
Oh,
so
gotcha,
people
gotcha.
click on the link.
Yeah, you should mention, be like, this is the first stream in 2K, baby. So if you got the
2K
internet,
stream.
then stream that bitch in 2K. Put us on your TV.
Dude,
Kick back. Put your feet up.
Put
Relax.
it on the TV.
where's this cord going, bro? I feel like I'm gonna cut off the circulation of your legs or something.
No.
No, it's conveniently like weird, but it's out of the
Weird.
way, kind of.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was a clip of Tyler Yahweh at a show in Minneapolis.
Oh.
He did a headline show.
Oh yeah, from Waterwave.
that Waterwave put on, and he said they asked him, they're like, "Hey, you like coming to Minneapolis? You like coming to Minnesota?" Thank you for stealing
Yeah.
my punchline. Yes.
Yep. Is that your punchline?
Yeah, I was about to say that, and then he said it, so it's his now. Anyways,
Do you
yeah,
feel robbed?
yeah, but we're not gonna get too much
All
into
right.
that.
All right.
He did say, he's like, Minnesota's the next Atlanta.
That's dope.
And here's the thing. Like, people throughout, like, those promo page and all that, they blow up, like, narratives like that all the time.
Mhm.
But for some reason, that narrative, like, really, really caught on with, like, everybody through like multiple platforms and everybody in the art community in Minnesota. Because I was seeing people that knew somebody 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 attached to that situation and that statement on Facebook talking about how Minnesota will never be a notable music scene. These are people in Minneapolis that are part of it, okay?
Bruh.
They're like, Minneapolis will never be a part of this because nobody supports anybody here. Nobody does this. Nobody does that. We don't do things well like Atlanta does and all that. Let me ask you this, if that's what you think. One, have you ever been to Atlanta? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Two, if you've been doing a lot of artistic work here in Minnesota / Minneapolis / St. Paul for a while, why do you think that people being hating and not supporting you is unique to Minnesota? Because I've been in several music scenes, and I can tell you right now, in all of them, there's a bunch of people that like to create art. Artists are usually people that are mentally a little, not a lot of money there. Not a lot of people have money that are making music. There are people that have money that are making music, and they're not people you talk to. You know why? Because they're talking to investors, and they're out in Soho, and they're out in LA, and they're talking about whether they should invest $10K into a certain demographic of Facebook ads or not. That's what they're talking about. Not about how their inner city scene is so fucking toxic, and nobody helps me, and all da-da-da-da-da. Nobody's going to help you. Like, if you expect, like, some venue to, or, like, some promoter to come to you and say, bro, like, I really like your stuff. Like, let me put you on for 4 shows in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, like, you expect a label to, like, ascend from the heavens and be like, oh, my God, Jack the Ripper, I love your music. Like, dude, let me give you $40,000. Quit your job right now.
Done.
You know, that's not going to happen.
No.
That's not going to happen. There's too many people making music.
Yeah.
So, like, if you expect to make this a career and you're frustrated with how the underground music and art scene works, I don't know what to tell you because it works the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's greedy. Everybody's grabbing at crumbs. I'm on a tangent. And
I'm on a
there's not
tangent.
enough to go around. So if you think, like, 1, Atlanta is not that, and 2, that Minneapolis can't become something like Atlanta, then you are misguided and you don't know how any of this works. Because literally, the difference between Atlanta and Minneapolis right now is investment. That's all it is. And how do you get
Investors.
investment? You convince people to come to Minneapolis and put their best foot forward and put their money into what's going on in Minneapolis. And clearly, give me a second. And clearly, there's not enough in Minneapolis or Minnesota in general right now. And this is a knock against me as well, too, and everybody I work with. And it's just being honest. There's not enough here yet to convince people to be here over anywhere else. Now you can have your counterpoint, King Lunde.
Before he makes his counterpoint, let me make this point, and it's a word of inspiration.
Inspiration.
Before other people can believe in you, you need to believe in yourself.
Facts.
So before people give you that support yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe that Minnesota could be something similar to Atlanta. I don't think it's the next Atlanta. When you're talking about how close it could be, such and such, we do lack the amount of manpower, and we do definitely lack the amount of people. It can't be the same. I think Minnesota in the next couple of years will be its own demon in itself. It'll be its own scene, bro. Like if we're talking about artists from Atlanta, bro, like deadass. Most of the artists that came from Atlanta make this same music as people in Atlanta. I'm not saying everybody, but most people do. The same artists have blown up. You know what I mean? But Minnesota is kind of like a wild card where it's like the only artist that we really had that like blew up from here was Young Gravy. You know what I mean? And that style that is here now is out. That style of music is not currently present in what's popping. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why Minnesota's kind of a wild card, because we got a lot of music, a lot of underground music that's starting to become popular, but in itself is its own genre, its own little fucking hot pot, its own fucking little pot type shit, you know what I mean? So when it breaks out and it busts into the industry is going to be introduced to a whole bunch of new shit. That's my feel on it. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think we agree more than like it's being projected right
Yeah.
now. Because like when I say like, oh, it can be the next Atlanta, I don't mean like, oh, we're gonna have our own Young Thug and Ghana. Like that's not what I'm saying. Like there's gonna be different players. They're gonna be playing a different game and all that. The only similarity that's gonna be is there's gonna be value here equal or greater than to what's in New York, Atlanta, Chicago, LA, Miami, Houston, whatever. Right?
Gotcha.
The value is gonna be the same. The genre is gonna be different. What it looks like is gonna be different. The artist is gonna be different. All that stuff, right? All that stuff is gonna be different, but value will be the same. You got a mic?
I don't feel like Minnesota is going to be the next Atlanta, bro. I feel like it's going to be the next Florida.
I don't think it's gonna be either.
In what way?
In what way do you think?
Okay, so back in 2016, like when Florida was like really busting for its music type shit, bro, we had hella artists coming out of the woodworks. That not in the sense we're gonna sound like Florida, but in the sense where we're gonna have a whole bunch of new artists introducing new genres. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know, like when back in 2016, 2017, when Kodak and X and Ski and everybody was coming out, I'm saying in the sense that like we're just gonna have a whole fucking butt fuck of new genres busting in the industry, bro.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. It's not the state that makes the music; it's the people in the state that make that music, right? So like, how can we sound like another state, or like, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought real fucking
No,
quick.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But my counterpoint is like back to like my point originally is like
Mhm.
when I said Florida was coming out with like hella music.
Yeah.
I'm speaking in the sense of different genres. I'm not saying we're gonna
Okay.
sound anything like Florida or
Yeah.
going to be like Florida. I'm saying we're going to be the next Florida in the sense that we're just going to dump a whole bunch of new genres into the industry.
Gotcha.
We're going to be like the next new wave, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like when 2016 like took over, bro, you can name two states that were at the like fucking foot of that shit, bro. That was Florida and that was Cali, bro. Cali has always been popping, but like in the sense that like New Jumper was coming out, bro, and we had hella artists coming out
Yeah.
of like such and such. You know what I mean? That's going to be us. But in the sense we're gonna be a whole big conglomerate.
You're right. You're right. I think we
thing
all
because No Jumper's getting
agree
canceled.
with each other.
We just have different like perspectives on that shit. And that's
It's a
okay.
different.
Like,
our
fuck
visions
you,
are
but
slightly
listen.
different.
But they all come
Yeah.
back to the same middle point type shit where we're introducing something different and we're the next wave.
Next
Yeah.
Memphis. Jeez,
Who the
I don't
fuck
know.
said we the next Memphis, bro?
Eli.
But there's
Eli,
a
bro,
good,
where
there's
you
a good
at?
thing
Holy
behind one.
shit.
See,
What's
on
up,
the topic
Emily?
of Adam 22 and No Jumper,
Sorry,
they're
I
out
wasn't
the
reading
fucking door because guess what
comments.
he's doing now? Political debates on No Jumper, Adam 22, because of all the allegations and all that shit. He keeps getting clowned with. Okay, he was
I don't pay
caught
attention
talking to
to
a minor.
shit.
He was caught
Oh,
talking to a
God.
minor, and it's on paperwork, and he keeps denying it. And now all of a sudden, every interview is him getting called out for that. So
Mhm.
he's like, whatever, I'm done.
So now he does political shit.
Yep, he does political, right wing versus left wing debates, that type of shit.
Wait, so does he moderate the debate?
Yeah, he does.
That's okay.
So
I mean, like,
music
brands have to
is not
evolve,
relevant for him anymore,
but-
and he was one of the biggest people for it. So that leaves room for
Yeah.
other people too.
Basically what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that encapsulates literally everything we're trying to say. It's not the next anything, but it is the new wave.
Where I will say too on
Shout
stream,
out Big Time Visions.
these fairway chips, bro. Hold on, let me turn it.
The AI generated fairway chips.
Bro, these are actually gas as fuck, bro.
I told you, bro, they're fucking good.
Bro, no, bro, they have more flavor than like any barbecue chip I've had.
Bro, why is this bag so deep? I feel like I went
I
in
don't
Mary
know,
Poppins'
bro.
purse. What the fuck?
Listen, try the chip, bro. You gonna realize.
Like, design this bag, diving boards on the side because it's so fucking deep.
That'd be fire. Dive in.
Dive in.
Dive into barbecue delicious.
You know what I'm saying though? I know you taste that flavor, bro.
No,
That's-
the Siri voice because it's AI generated. Dive in to new Fairway barbecued potato chips.
bro, I need. Hold
The
on.
bag as deep as this.
I need you to grab another chip, bro. I need you to just eat that shit, bro, and just taste the flavor. Focus on
did.
the flavor.
They're a little stale, but
You know
No,
that
they're just
flavor's deep,
baked in
though.
flavor,
that
bro.
flavor's deep, bro. That shit runs deep.
It's not stale. There's so much flavor in them. That's not the stale. That's
They're
literally
packed.
That's their
Literally,
packed with
bro.
flavor, bro. Yeah,
You
They're
can't,
just packed.
bro. You can't stop eating them now, bro, because you know they're flavorful.
yeah, and they're gas, and they're cheap as fuck too, and it's a huge ass bag.
Fairway sponsor me for the next barbecue potato chip. That's,
We'll do a concert in the chip aisle.
yeah, literally, bro. Next to the fucking potato chips, bro.
Please let us do it.
Shout out Big Time Visions in the chat. He was on May 24th, I believe. We might have to check the schedule at the end of the show, but Big Time Visions, he's our
Ooh.
photographer at all the shows.
I
So if you
promise.
enjoy what he has
I
to provide,
promise
he'll be
you,
on.
we'll get something local that I will be
They
performing.
want to
at
see Jack
soon.
the Ripper.
Wait, is that someone you know?
Yeah,
They want
Oh
to see
shit!
Jack
I was
the
gonna
Ripper.
say, whose concert are you talking about?
They want to see Jack the Ripper.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, we gotta get Jack on. Or that pause. We gotta get Jack the Ripper on stage. I just said pause.
he did. I was
I
about
called
to
it out, I
go
called
in.
it out. Talk some tea or beef.
Talk some tea or beef. So, personally, I got really into green tea when I was sick. No, black
not what
tea.
they-
The one
black
without
tea.
the caffeine.
I work at a coffee place.
Tell me what tea doesn't have caffeine.
No,
in
here's
it.
our tea for right now, and it's lighthearted beef. Okay,
lighthearted.
This is light. This is like light beef. All right. Our other guest didn't show up.
In
damn it.
Minnesota, that's a compliment.
in Minnesota.
Yeah, our other
Minnesota,
guest
that's a
didn't show up.
compliment.
Limit.
Church
If you're watching
pilot
this,
is
we're
in
calling
here.
you out, man. Where are you at? God damn it.
Fuck, I got lost again.
Here in
I
Byron,
literally
Minnesota.
flaked before this even started.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Cause you're a bitch.
In my
No, I'm
mind.
just kidding.
Wow.
No, we told him
Wow.
right on the phone. Told Blake, and he was like, "Fuck, all right, moving on."
Hey, that's crazy. You just called him a bitch with the size variation.
I don't give a
Yo,
damn.
can we show him? Can we show him the
Yeah,
size
yeah, show
variation
him.
right now?
What are we whipping our dicks out? What are we doing?
I lose every time.
They're about to whip it out.
Bro, I'm
Like no,
Right on Blake's
I'm
shoulder.
standing right in between.
You're gonna whip it out on Blake's shoulder.
Look at this size differential right now.
Yeah.
There's 3 Lukes and 1 Jack the Ripper.
Pause.
Let me talk.
Talk your shit.
Let me talk. Let me talk my shit. Let me talk the shit. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Jack, you still a bitch. Blake, you a bitch, and Dan, you a bitch.
He dropped the mic.
Who's gonna do
Prove
anything
it.
about it?
Prove it.
Who's gonna do anything about it? What
Prove
you gonna
it.
do about it?
Prove that I'm.
I'm
What you gonna
taking
do
your
about it?
shoelaces.
Take my shoelaces.
I'm gonna put my dick in your shoes. You better go get them
Don't go
before
out
I
there.
find them.
No, don't go there.
No,
go there.
don't. Wait,
Don't go there.
wait. I take it back.
Jack is an absolute unit.
Oh, what did
Sorry.
the Garden? Okay. He said, "What did the Garden say about the show? The venue for our last show." So, the Garden, they were encouraged by the show. They liked the show. They liked that the show happened. They want to do more shows. Are they going to keep booking? Yes, they will. When is our next show at the Garden? I don't know, because there's a lot of venues that we have the opportunity to work with,
Yeah.
and we only have so many equipment. We only have so much equipment, and we only have so many dates that we can do shows.
And we're
we
trying
also
to put
have
our
only-
toes in every pool we can at the moment, testing the waters. There's 10,000 lakes in this
testing all
state.
the waters, bro.
You want some tea, bro? You want some, bro?
No, but on a real note, bro, Eli poses a lot of good questions, bro. Bro should definitely be here on
moderator,
the podcast. Yeah, no, literally, Eli, bro, where are you at, bro? You pose a lot of good questions. We need you on the stream.
Yeah. Here's some tea. Some herbal tea.
Herbal?
No, this is the worst kind of tea. Probably some like jungle poison tea.
Well, who asked me about? Was it you?
Yeah.
Asked me about the cat.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. This is the state of shit that's going on around here.
Mhm.
And this is no diss to anybody, but this is just like how it is, right?
Is this our Harry Minute? I think
It
this
might
is our
be
this is
Harry
our
Minute without Harry.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cue the effects.
Dude, that's so fire. Is there a sound that goes along with that?
No, but I could get one. Anyway, carry on.
Make like a Bigfoot sound or something like that. Whatever that sounds like.
Whatever that
like
noise is.
the Bigfoot
find it.
mating call.
Bro, no,
I don't know what that is.
Bro, deadass, if you're gonna make a hairy minute vocal, bro, let me just come onto the mic, bro.
Wait, no, just cut that. What I just did there, bro.
That's it.
No. And
Yeah,
no,
cut that.
yes.
Throw some
Oh,
reverb
did
on it. You're
something.
good to go.
Let me send you a vocal tonight, bro. Of me just going, this is the.
Just layer it the fuck up and
Yeah,
do a bunch of weird shit.
Hairy minutes.
What I just did, bro.
Yes, whatever
We'll-
that
we'll
was.
cut
yes.
that. I'll cut that out when I cut clips out of this. And
At the taco stand. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Back to the. Sorry, we'll try this again. This is now the hairy minute. What were we talking about?
okay, what I was gonna say was this is the state of things, okay? And this is not a knock against anybody because I could be included in this group. Things are moving so fast here. Like things are, and like the cities is just starting to see this. Like it's becoming fucking like impossible for them to ignore. Like the past 3 years I've been here, like there was not much going on, and there still isn't a lot comparatively. But like Minneapolis and everybody in the cities that does promo and media in the cities, they had no idea anything was happening here until like the past couple months. They've been seeing our music videos be submitted to certain like promo streams and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, this is in Rochester. This is in Rochester." I was working with the artist. He's like, "You guys are in Rochester? People make music in Rochester?" You know what I'm saying? But things are moving so fast with that perception that the infrastructure that surrounds all of these artists around here is not growing fast enough to keep up with the amount of artists making shit, right?
Yeah.
So there's not enough venues that are looking to put on a certain type of music or certain types of music. There's not enough promoters to keep up with the amount of talented artists here that are trying to do this professionally. And when that happens, we have brands like ours that have been putting on a certain group of artists for like the past 3 to 4 months who get constant like texts and messages from people who are like, "Oh, like, when can I perform? 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 Hey, can I perform at this show? Day of the show. Hey,
the
is
answer
there a,
is
is there a
now.
slide open?"
And you need to hit us up on the fucking Instagram, so follow all our fucking socials. This has
say-
been the hairy ass minute. Da, 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 da.
The hairy minute.
Oh, it's gonna go over a minute.
Oh,
It's gonna go over. I'm not done.
I know.
I'm not done.
I know. But that's the format. We actually are going to have another guest. His name is Harry. That's why it's called the Harry Minute. And he's going to come on and literally spit some dumb facts for like a minute at some point when we get back over to the other place. But yeah, carry on, Blake.
So I get a lot of these people that text me and other people I work with in my circle saying, "When can I perform? Day of the show." They hit me up. Is there a set open? Bro, there's
Day
not
of
a
the
set
fucking
open the
show,
day of the
too.
show.
Day
If
of the
there's
show.
a set open the day of the show, you will be contacted. There is no opens. That is not how this works professionally.
If
And
we
I hate to be the
contact-
guy that like lays out the law and says like this is how things work, but like there's no other reference at this point. So I'm being that guy.
Unless we contacted you ahead of time and been like, hey, just in case some people don't show up, you might have a spot. You can't just hit up the day of the show and be like,
Right.
"Oh, is there a spot open?"
All I
Like,
gotta say, bro.
if you were to do that in the industry world, like where they are doing arenas and show, they would be like, "Ha, look at this guy," and you'd be walking away feeling dumb as fuck.
Not even an arena, bro. Like a small to mid, like a 150 to 400. Like if you, that would be comparatively what we're talking about here. If you hit them up, you're like, "Hey, can I perform tonight?" They'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What? This is not an open mic." And like, there's such a lack of like performance opportunity, investment in the art community here that people don't know the fucking difference. And just because I'm the promoter and I make my own brand and I promote my own shows to give myself a vehicle, not only to promote me, but people around me who I do business with, doesn't mean that I could just straight up like anoint you and be like, "You are a star." Like, that's not how it works. The people that I work with me because they do business well. That is the difference. They do business well and they take their career seriously. If you only post a song on SoundCloud every 6 months or every 8 months or 9 months and you do no other promo besides that, and you know you're not pushing yourself in any other way, you're not marketing yourself, none of that shit, and people only know you like in your neighborhood that you rap, like that's not going to put you in a good position against all these other artists who are pushing themselves in an industry type manner. So what I'm essentially saying, this is how this applies to Rochester, right? For everybody fucking goes to sleep while I'm talking. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers here that are rapping, okay? And not enough opportunities. So if you're trying to make it, if you're trying to do this professionally, you know, put your big boy boots on, man. Put your big boy boots on. You know, come to the table. Bring your best stuff. Do your best promo run. Let me see you in the newspaper 3 times. Let me see you everywhere. I want to be fucking annoyed by you, bro. I want to be so fucking annoyed by all your stupid fucking promo that I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, respect business-wise. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because that's what you're competing against. That's how this works. The annoying people, you may hate them, but the annoying people, there's people that hate me because I'm annoying. I'll be spamming stuff. I was spamming the fuck out of Crash It last summer. Everybody knows Blackout because of spamming it. And everybody's like, this guy's so annoying. I hate him. Blah, 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 blah. That's the point. That's the point. Good. You know what I'm saying? That's how this works.
How do you think when the SoundCloud era was starting, like, how do you think they all stayed relative? Because they would start some controversy and make up either some wild shit or start some beef with somebody on live or whatever. And that's how they, like, got hype for their project that was coming out. Because conveniently, what happened every time that happened?
Yeah.
They dropped a project.
Yeah.
Immediately.
It's a formula.
It's a big-ass formula, and it's very well known, so catch on.
And, like, there are people that make music out here, and, like, they're not trying to get caught up in all that, like, crazy business shit. Right. And I totally understand that. This is not directed towards you. These are people that are trying to demand respect and think they're entitled to certain opportunities when I don't see you anywhere. You don't contact me or any other, like, business around the area or anything that's a venue, that's a promoter or anything. Say, straight up, I am an artist. I would like to do this. How much is this? How can I do this? Da-da-da-da-da. I'm a nice enough guy where if you DM Dark Gems or you on DM Blake Shepard and you say, bro, how do I do this? I'm trying to do this. I'll fucking answer you, bro. I will help you. If you are from here, I will help you, bro. I'll give you a DM. I'll give you a voice message back. You know what I'm saying? But, like, being all, like, nonchalant and thinking you're a superstar and all that shit doesn't work. I've had people pull up to our shows in Rochester thinking they're the shit, and they don't communicate with me on a business type level of respect. And guess what happens? They don't get booked again. I don't look your way ever again. And, like, you could say, oh, fuck him. Blake Shepard isn't shit. All this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going places. Blake Shepard isn't. Even if it was true, bro, things aren't going to look good for you around here. They're not going to look good for you anywhere I go because now my experience with you is poor. Yeah. So do you really want to gamble that I'm not going to do anything with my career and you're not going to have that bad juju around you? Like, are you serious?
First impressions.
First impressions.
Yeah.
Seriously. Everything. Like, you can go on stage, you know, do your thing, have fun, whatever. Yeah. But, like, beyond that is what people don't get. All these people that want to be famous that the rappers. Like, 95% of these moments you see are, like, the artist goes on stage, they give you a 2-minute bit of them performing on stage, and you're like, oh, my God, I want to do that. What happens when they get off stage? What happens before they get on stage? It's all this, oh, okay, we got to do this. We got a brand meeting with this, da-da-da-da-da. Wake up in the morning, check your emails, da-da-da-da-da. That's the only way any of this shit is sustainable. And you could say, oh, that's not for me. I got a manager to do that, all that, right? Okay, well, you better hope your manager knows what the fuck they're doing. Because if they're doing all the quality control shit, they control your career. And if, like, you just want to have fun and go on stage and all that, da-da-da-da-da, just know, like, you're likely not in control of anything monetary-wise. So that's my tangent.
Someone that really stood out to me from the city's area was Ratliff. You remember who that is?
No.
He performed a couple times at
You sound upset. Are you okay?
Are
you cooling down?
He was heated.
I wake up in the morning and I really do this. Like, and I'm balancing with a lot of unnecessary shit too. I go to school, I be in the gym, all this other stuff. Yep. So, like, I fall asleep accidentally on the floor in my studio, all this other stuff. Like, I live this. I barely got to the stream on time. I live this. So, like, you know, if we're going to be on the same, like, fucking spiritual plane about our careers and shit like that, The only way we're really going to connect is if you live this and we're going to the same destination. Like I said, if you only want to keep this as a fun thing, respect. You know what I'm saying? You're an artist. I respect you. But like business wise, if we're not on the same level, we can't do business.
We got moves.
It's impossible. It is fucking impossible. And I've grown out of people. Grown out of people? Grown out of people.
Oh, another pause.
Grown over people? Grown past people.
Grown in people is definitely not the one.
Nah, that's not the one I was gonna use. That's not the right preposition. I've grown past people, I guess.
There you go. That's it.
Like I've grown past people because I started to realize things about how I need to do business with like music and stuff like that, and their vision is not the same. Their vision is not the same or anywhere close to identical, and it's like. In life, whether it's like a marriage or a relationship or a business partnership or whatever it is, if you don't have the same vision, that thing that drives you when you wake up in the morning, you're going to fail at some point.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing. You need to have the same vision.
Consistency.
Because everything that trickles down from that is going to be bullshit if you don't.
I disagree. Everybody will always have a different vision, but there will be a similar goal, and as long as the goals can...
Then we agree, bro. Come on.
No, bro, because the way that you worded it, bro, like, if we all have the same vision on something, bro...
It's a similar vision, then.
Okay. We'll word it like that.
The same vision being like, if your vision is...
Same vision, different TV.
Like...
I like that wording. I like that wording. Hella.
Sure. Yeah, it's like... when you break it down to what it actually is, not all these emotional connections and what you're inspired by, when you quantify that vision, it's the same thing, right? When you quantify that vision into, I want to make a career out of doing music, when you quantify that vision down to, I want to perform at X festival, like, then now we're talking, I'm talking to you, Luke. Okay. Like, then we have the same vision. But, like, if my vision is, bro, I just, want to hang out with my friends and make music, and your vision is like, oh, I want to, be the biggest pop star in the world, we're not going to be able to do business together. You could do business. It's not a good idea, though. You're going to have a lot of arguments. Shit's going to be fucked up.
True. True.
That was a loud vibration. What time is it? 54?
We do not have anybody that has submitted anything currently, so we
guys, submit music.
Yeah.
We're about to hit the 8 o'clock mark, and we're going to be listening to your music and bullying you and telling you why it sucks.
Damn.
Horrible. Going to the gym? Going to the gym? Yeah, going to the gym.
I'm hitting the gym tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I guess
Thanks. Did you hit the
I
gym
suppose
today?
in place
yeah?
for
What'd you
today,
do today?
we could
I did boobies.
Boobs.
Yeah.
boobies. We could
Heard.
we could instead. We need to look up some cool things about our guest, Mr. Jack the Ripper.
Man,
We need to hear some stories from you. We need to know who exactly you are, where you've been, what you've done, what you've got, and what's coming next.
all of it. So, what are you laughing about?
My head's in the clouds today.
I heard. I've been doing this for what seems like ever. I've been to, I think it's 40 of the states, and I've been coast to coast in Canada.
Canada? Damn.
Yeah. Yep. I went coast to coast in Canada with my boy Cryptic Wisdom. Met Mercules when I was in Canada. If you don't know who Mercules is, do your research. He's on death row right now.
Oh, Mercury?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Death Row Records?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I thought the same thing.
Damn.
I was like,
My
who do you
bad.
know, bro?
I should have specified.
Yeah. I was
So
like,
you
we
guys know-
locked up? No.
You guys know Snoop bought out death row.
Yeah,
right?
because that motherfucker, not Snoop, but Suge is in prison now.
Yeah, I saw something that he's like afraid to get out.
Yeah, because he knows that he fucked up.
Yeah.
He has nothing. Anyway, so yeah.
I've done so much, and yet I've put out so little in my career, and a lot of it comes from my own personal problems with like depression and health problems, whatever excuse that I have. I don't want to make it an excuse, you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I've been super quiet on my socials lately, because I'm not working at it right now. But at the same time I am, because when I come back, I want to come back prepared, stocked, and ready to go. You know what I'm talking about? Like once I get the ball rolling again, I want to keep that ball rolling. And when it comes to having weaknesses, know your weaknesses, double down on that, and prepare yourself for the things you know that are coming down the pipeline, right? So, like, I go through phases where it's like 1 week I'm good, the next 2 weeks I'm dead to the world. Nothing, quiet, radio silence. So I need to get into like a cycle of where I'm working that week, preparing for posts for those 2 weeks. That way when I hit those 2 weeks, I'm cool. I don't need to stress about anything. I can just let it ride. Come back that week 4, start the cycle over again. You know what I'm saying?
Start the cycle over again.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
You said that, and this is not me dissing or anything because I've been in certain similars of fashions, but you said that depression and, a lot of those, mental health feelings are a big preventer of you dropping. Do you ever use those things as fuel to create the songs by yourself? Like when yeah, okay.
Yep. So the project that I'm working on right now is called Sloth. And for an obvious reason, because I haven't put shit out in a year and a half, 2 years maybe, other than just random bullshit. But it's gonna explain that in this CD, where I'm gonna walk you through my depression, like how it works for me, like super highs that it hits, and then the fucking crazy rock bottom lows, and then kind of riding that roller coaster. That's all gonna get explained within this short EP. If I drag it out any longer, it's just gonna be too damn much. Hell yeah. It's definitely in the super rough stages because I just recorded it not too long ago, but it's one of the tracks on Sloth. I have it in my email, but I couldn't pull it off my computer to do like a performance, but I can show it to you. Hell yeah.
Which one is it?
I haven't even emailed it to you. But it's called Getting By.
Okay. Is it on this account or is there a different?
No, I'm gonna have to email it to you.
Oh, okay.
Like unreleased.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
So you don't have it with you, gotcha.
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
It's on my phone.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
God, show
Got his ass.
I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry. I was so confused.
Do better.
I'm trying. I'm trying to do better. W Traveler? Hell yeah.
Damn.
I will text it.
Wait, when is that?
Honest
Text me your
question.
email.
Emily,
Is that you?
She's from my area.
Where are you from?
Manorville. Yes, in Manorville. She's that type of person. Nah. Em, you don't have curly hair, do you?
Top secret.
Maybe she's not even a real
Top
person.
secret?
Yeah.
Yo.
Wait.
You're a
You gotta
trip.
let us know. I'll meet you at the.
Well, they can't hear you because you don't have the microphone.
Yeah, say it with the...
Did I meet you at the skate park, Emily? Yes or no?
It's so aggressive with it.
Did you meet Lunde?
Do I know you, huh? Huh? Do
I
I?
may have handed you a sticker today.
Oh, today? You were at the skate park today?
Yeah.
Busting tricks, doing sick kicks, right?
Yes.
Word.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, yo, wait. Oh, damn.
Nah.
Nope.
Damn, so I didn't meet her. That's crazy, bro. I knew who you were, bro.
The
That's fucked up.
hypeness. All right, did you email?
And just now.
look at the synchronization.
And sent. Sent.
It didn't send.
Sneakerization.
Refresh.
Don't refresh.
Sneakerization. Sneakerization.
Sphincter.
Oh, it's gonna be where I don't want it to be.
In the spam.
Nope. There it is. Look at I found it.
So, hey, before you play it, is it just the doc?
You just sent me the lyrics.
God.
Acapella.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. 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 Wait.
Canceled. Cancel the whole podcast. Your career's done. My career's done.
Shit.
Blake, you got to find a new state to work in.
That's fine. I got plans.
He's like, I'm already
Backup plans.
working on it.
Anyways,
At least I'm chilling.
Try that one.
Nope, your career's done. Do you not have it?
Huh?
You said you don't have it?
No, I have it.
Oh,
I
you do?
just sent you
Oh,
another
God
one.
damn it. I'm not with it.
That's okay.
I'm failing as a person in life.
Mm-mm. It's
Just step
Not-
out into out there. Just don't go upstairs.
it is not mixed.
All right, is this it?
That's it. Lundy wanted to hear
Stream
it though,
can hear
so you
this
gotta
too?
pause it.
okay.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna.
paused it.
It's not
The
mixed.
mask is covering up his ears. He can't hear nothing.
Yep. So like I don't want to mix my own music anymore because I heard what it could sound like mixed by professionals.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna outsource.
The magic is something to, because like when I stopped mastering my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because I think if you do the whole process by yourself,
Yeah.
there's like no magic to it.
Okay.
Like when people listen to music, right, that don't make music,
Yeah.
there's things that are just fucking like, blow their mind that like do you produce?
No.
Okay. So like when people talk about, oh yeah, I love this part in this like dub house song where it goes like and then it goes burning, to me like, oh, fantastic, like it was a riser and then like
Yep.
an open cymbal and, you know, a kick transition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's no magic to me at that point. So when
Yeah. You've
you know what
worked
I'm
on
saying?
it so much, it's dull.
yeah, it's dull. It's like
Yeah.
cool. Like it's like when you drop almost and people are like, I love this. I love
Yo,
this.
this is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, and I
Like,
may have
I've
felt
heard it
that
like 1,000 times already. I'm done.
Yeah, I felt that 3 months ago. Like
Yep.
I'm happy you like it, but dude, like,
That's facts.
I don't know if I feel the same way, to be honest with you. So when you have more people involved, it like adds more magic to it because you don't listen to it as much.
Yep.
All right, so we ready?
Yeah,
Alright.
we're ready.
Ready for it? Yo. Mm-hmm.
So maybe your music.
is that?
If you have somebody that makes music, send in your
Yo,
music to the
mhm.
chat. There's a submission box. We'll give you some feedback and let you know what we think.
All right, here we go.
Yo,
We gotta play it. We're
mhm.
playing it. We're playing it.
We love Jack with human.
W human.
W human.
I'm stuck in here, watching my mental swing.
It's a good
While my
thing.
sanity's
W human.
hanging about a thinnest string.
Shout out
Dark
Propane
face
Gang
to black,
Entertainment.
can't focus on anything.
Submission.
Someone save me, please, I'm drowning. Lately, my life's like a tightrope. Fuck it, I'ma do with the blindfold. Self-destructive, no high hopes. Every thought is just spiteful. So I'm walking away before I turn my pain to rage. I've got so much anger for people and I don't wanna take it down on the page. Please step the fuck back. I don't wanna retaliate. Let me be sad alone. I don't wanna go spreading hate. My mind's appalling. My skin is crawling. Everything around me.
I might smile when I'm in your face. I'm just getting by. Feels like I don't fit any place. Don't know why I try. Don't know how I've fallen from grace. Still trying to fly. Feels like I'm just a waste of space while I'm getting by.
I'm late for work and I'm at home, I don't give a fuck. Women blowing on my phone, I don't give a fuck. Anybody got the time? I've got no sense for mine. I fuck it up, but I'm trying. And if you got it, then I'm buying. Because I'm out, I need more, I'm in a drought. Get my schedule in route. I'm a mess, but I'm without time. People only show their love when they need shit. Skip the wasted conversation, keep it straight, bitch. The clock is never stalling. Everybody's calling. I'm stumbling on.
I might smile when I'm in your face. I'm just getting by. Feels like I don't fit any place. Don't know why I try. Don't know how I've fallen from grace. Still trying to fly. Feels like I'm just a waste of space while I'm getting by.
So frustrated, I've got no patience. It's been building up and I feel like I gotta go. Gotta go. Depressed and faded, life's being wasted. It's been building up and I feel like I gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
I might smile when I'm in your face. I'm just getting by. Feels like I don't fit any place. Don't know why I try. Don't know how I've fallen from grace. Still trying to fly. Feels like I'm just a waste of space while I'm getting by.
Hell yeah. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper. So, explain the process for that real quick.
The process of writing it? Yeah. Oh, man. So, essentially, it was... I heard it, like, the beat, the hook. I was like, yep, here's what I'm writing on it. Just instantaneously. And then it's like... how much do I want to say, and of what do I want to say? What topic do I want to stick to? So in the first part of it, Propane Gang, love it, Jack. Thank you very much, Propane Gang. Is it being is it
That's I think that's Limits Crew.
Is it Limits Crew?
think-
No, it's not. I don't think it's Limits Crew. I think that's Shank Hill and
Shank Hill, right.
and Wake and Bake.
Right, I get
But
that
which
mixed up.
one? Which one is it? Me just sitting here waiting for the reply.
J Law. Yeah, okay.
That's what's
Shout
up,
out
J Law.
J-Law.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Much love. So the first verse talks about the anger I get from the frustration, from the depression, and how that all chains fucking together, and don't want to like talk to people like, hey, take a step back before I just snap. And
Oh, okay.
and then the second verse really is focused on time, because I have no sense for time in anything. Late for work all the time. People blowing up my phone all the time. I'm like, I do not have the time right now. I don't
Right.
want to respond to you. And how that's all like, and then you do have that free time and you just
Yeah.
kind of fuck it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather just chill, play video games, drink, smoke, whatever. You
Right.
know, watch whatever it is that'll just kind of numb my brain for that moment. And all the frustrations that come into it with that too. And that's pretty much that song in a nutshell. Getting by.
I love it. Like, I don't know. It just feels really natural. Like you said, it wasn't really in the like advanced stages of the mix yet. Still
yeah,
really raw,
no,
right?
it's raw as fuck.
Yeah, no, but it feels really smooth. You know
I
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that.
Like, I listened from like a technicality standpoint since I'm a producer.
Yep,
I started as a producer, so when I listen to things, it's all very visual for me.
yep.
Like, how smooth does the hook come in and all that? It's hard
Yeah,
to vocalize.
yeah.
It like sonically, like the pieces fit together and it feels really good.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that.
Jack the Ripper with his unreleased single
Getting by.
Getting By here on Dark Gems INTL Stream episode 4. We got
confirm.
King Lunde here. We have Jack the Ripper. If you're an artist in the chat, submit your music for review,
Yep.
and we will take a listen and let you know
We
how
got
we
one.
feel.
We
Yo.
actually got one coming up right now. We got one from J-Law.
Before you play that, Lundy wanted to respond to the MGK mixed with NF.
Bro, I don't know where the fuck you got that shit from, bro. I don't know where you got that from, bro. But that shit did not sound like MGK or NF, bro, at all, bro. That was that bro's own original shit, bro. If anything, was that the hook or the bridge?
The hook.
The hook low key sounded like Fetty Wap, but just mixed.
Oh,
wise.
no, the bridge. Sorry.
The bridge,
no, I
yeah.
get what you're saying.
That
now.
shit sounded
Yeah.
like low key like Fetty Wap, bro. Besides that, I don't know where the fuck you got MGK or NF from, bro. That didn't sound nothing like neither of them.
I
Do
can
not-
see it.
Bro, don't disrespect
But
Jack
just-
like that. Don't disrespect Jack like that, bro.
Yo, no disrespect. I know where M's coming
All right,
from.
bro. He might have not taken the disrespect, but I took the disrespect for him. Don't disrespect him like that.
All right.
Yo.
All right. So here we go. We have
Oh,
a song
shit.
submitted by Wake and Bake. This one is featuring Pilot. This one's called Grinding.
Shout out, Pilot.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
I don't know, dude. It's your house.
All right. Here we go.
Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying.
No, I got to try. Been in the game too long tonight. Always on the grind. Find my lane, then I rock the spot. Looking for the sign. In the place where I got to walk. Silent Bob and Pot. All my idols never talk a lot. Keep it light. Like I'm about to pop and drop this shit. Travel many miles just to smile in my moccasins. Wrote too many chapters. Do not ask me where the plot begins. I'm honestly not sure myself. Cause that is where it all depends. All depends. Hit the page from a different angle. Yeah, I'm chasing that snap. There's no need to get it tangled. Told you you were dealing with the tiger fight, a knife and bangles. Welcome to the empire. Light it up and let them dangle.
Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying. Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying.
Off on a temper tantrum with a master plan and a big ass hammer. Back and back with a pen, I'm about to orchestrate your disaster. If you're across the line from our team, then you'll be defeated even faster. Come and smashing the opposition till the beef don't seem to matter. So I hit them haters with the high heat through the hi-hats and 808 beats. From the interstates to the back streets, propane gang, straight cooking the streets. Top of the mountain, it's the first peak. We keep our team on this mean streak. Kick back the fact that your shit's weak. Slump bros, you ain't dissecting the dream. Slowly soldiering up the hill to get a little piece of that pie. No, we got the gumption. If you got the will to go toe to toe, we can ride. So place your bets and make a wish, cause you only get the one time. I've constantly been going out of my mind, so I know that I gotta keep on my grind.
Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying. Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying.
And that was Grinding, Wake and Bake, and Pilot, Alex John Shrewd.
Luke has a lot of feedback, so
I do
think
have
you
a lot
should
of
go
feedback.
first.
Yeah. So
Um,
go off. What is your feedback?
I think that the performance of the lyrics is really good. but I definitely feel like the lyrics weren't hitting, and like some of the lyrics. Okay, to be honest, I think a lot of the lyrics are kind of corny.
But hold on. So you got to be specific because there's
I will
multiple
be
different
specific.
artists
I will be specific. It was Pilot and who else?
and Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake.
And J-Law was definitely in there on that last verse, right?
Wake and Bake is Wake.
Wake and Bake is one person.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not J-Law.
Yeah, I know.
J-Law, you're still in here watching this right now. Were you on that second verse?
What is it?
We were having a moment and we were all chit chatting a little bit.
Wake and Pilot.
Oh, is
All
it
three of them,
Featuring
right?
Wake and Bake. Yeah,
Oh, it's
so
Shank
it
Hill.
is J-Law.
I'm fucking stupid. My
It's
apologies.
Shank
It is Shank Hill.
on
Yeah.
that
It's
on that
Shank.
second verse.
that's-
Is the main character.
Yeah.
Wake
And then
Wake and Bake was that first one, and
Yeah.
Pilot did the hook.
Okay, so my biggest issue, and even though I love Pilot, I feel like the hook came in pretty weak, not performance wise, but with how the bars were like, oh shit, with how
all
the
the
bars were coming out, bro. Like, I feel like that they could have been a little bit more complex than like what you came out with. Like the stars are out, so they're still shining. Like second verse is me, first is Wake. Okay, yeah, back to the hook with Pilot. Yeah, I just feel like you could have kind of went more in on the bars, bro. It was very, very simple. And for a song like this, I feel like you could have done a little bit more. The first verse, I feel like was a little bit weaker, performance-wise, and everyone else. Like everything came out smooth performance-wise, but like the first verse, I
love the first verse.
I know. I don't feel like it hit me right now.
Fight.
The second verse though, definitely, I was more fond of. I feel like that was the best part of the song. But bars wise, I feel like still was not hitting where it needed to be. Like you could have went in a little bit more.
That's good. That's
Hot
good.
take.
We only give real feedback in here. That's what they pay for feedback, is because we're not gonna just say this is a great song, dude. Keep going. Like
Industry level
that brings
song.
No value. That brings no value. That gives you value for about 6 hours to a day, and you're like, oh yeah, they like my song. But like,
Yeah.
is that gonna make your music better? No. You could say fuck Luke and be like, this guy knows nothing.
This is why.
That's up to you.
This is why you submit
Hate
for
me, bro.
feedback.
Please.
This is why you submit feedback.
for
Right.
people. This is all over the internet. This is nothing new.
Do you want to go
I
next?
mean, yeah.
No.
You did. I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not.
Is it though? Do you know?
No.
Go.
Here's the thing. I didn't have a problem with the verses. They fit together genre wise. I'm more of like a Sonic type dude. Like Luca was more in on the lyrics.
Gotta go
I'm
fast.
gonna be honest with you. I don't focus in on the lyrics on my first listen. It's more about the production. How are your lyrics laid down? How is the performance? That type of thing. So like, I'm not gonna have a strong opinion on lyrics the first time around. So the first verse and the second verse, didn't have a problem with it. I thought they were laid well. I thought they were consistent with what you were trying to do with the song, I think. The hook, I do have some comments on the hook because I think me and Luke were disagreeing when the mics were off and we almost fought each other. Because
Hands were almost.
I think
thrown.
that you have to lean one way or the other with how it was mixed. You have to either lean into more of a singing vocal performance or lean more into a rap performance with how you mixed it. Because the auto-tune is a little shaky. So, yeah, I didn't have necessarily that big of a problem with the lyrics because I wasn't tuned in like that. But I was listening to how everything flows together. I think either the mix or the performance needs to change there if you do that again. Because it's just not as smooth as the rest of the song.
I am the bars guy. I will critique all the bars. If the bars aren't hitting, you'll hear it from me.
Bars.
Bet.
All
Is it my turn now?
It's your turn.
Well, about goddamn time. So it's gonna take me like a couple times of listening to the song before I know if I like if so I would need to listen to it again. Can we do that?
I don't know. Can
For
we?
you, yes.
Is that okay?
I would do that for Jack. How many submissions we got left?
That's it.
Yeah, I think we can listen to it. Time is it? Yeah.
Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying.
No, I've got to try. Been in the game too long tonight. Always on the grind. Find my lane, then I rock the spot. Looking for the sign. In the place where I got to walk. Silent Bob and Pot. All my idols never talk a lot. Keep it light. Like I'm about to pop and drop this shit. Travel many miles just to smile in my moccasins. Wrote too many chapters, do not ask me where the plot begins. I'm honestly not sure myself, cause that is where it all depends. All depends. Hit the page from a different angle. Yeah, I'm chasing knots now. There's no need to get it tangled. Told you were dealing with the tiger fighter, knife and bangles. Welcome to the empire. Light it up and let them dangle.
Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying. Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying. Off on a temper tantrum with a master plan and a big ass hammer. Back and black with a pen, I'm about to orchestrate your disaster. If you're across the line from our team, then you'll be defeated even faster. Come and smashing the opposition till the beef don't seem to matter. So I hit them haters with the high heat, through the hi-hats and 808 beats. From the interstates to the back streets, propane gang, strip cooking the streets. Top of the mountain, it's the first peak. We keep our team on this mean streak. Kick back the fact that your shit's weak. Blunt bros, you ain't dissecting the dream. Slowly soldiering up the hill to get a little piece of that pie. No, we got the gumption. If you got the will to go toe to toe, we can ride. So place your bets and make a wish, cause you only get the one time. I've constantly been going out of my mind, so I know that I gotta keep on my grind. Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying. Every moment is important, so I keep on grinding. Reaching out to the stars, so I keep on shining. This lonely road can be so winding. At least I know I'll always keep trying.
Back on?
We're back.
We're back. Okay.
Okay, I need
so-
5 more listens.
Who wants to go
No,
first?
let him finish.
No,
let him
yeah,
finish.
yeah. So, first verse, Wake, I enjoyed that a lot. Wake's a good, he's got good flow, and he's got bars. He's got the bars.
Definitely.
He's got the flow. That would be like, if there was something I would listen to, it would be something like that. Like if I were to pick my everyday day-to-day music, like Wake brings it. As far as the hook, it's not really, it's like, I like the lyrics on it. It's not really my style. But it's not like poorly done. In
Not poorly
opposition
done,
to Blake, I like when that mix of like spitting a rhythm but still singing it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, you're talking about the
enjoy
hook,
that.
right?
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
about the hook.
yeah. That's Alex.
Yep. I enjoyed that.
Sorry. Pilot. My apologies. Pilot.
And then on the last verse, I enjoy J-Law's Shank Hill's lyrics a lot. If I were to give any any advice, I would say when you're recording it, take your time, do as many takes as you can to perfect it. because it sounds a little bit kind of like you're rushed a little bit and you're trying to get all the words out at one time and it doesn't hit the exact spots. But other than that, it was a good song. I enjoyed that genuinely.
Nice. My little quick feedback on my second listen, it's just like nitpicky little things. Overall, I really enjoyed the track. So I'll just go in the order of how it was presented, starting out the song. So Pilot, there's just a couple layers that were a little bit too like loud, and they have different energies almost. And I know that he likes doing that. It works really well, but in some spots, I feel like it was overdone a little bit too much. But that's all I have for that. I actually enjoyed it. Wake's really, really good performance. Just the little parts at the end of the bar where he like whispered. I feel like if he just didn't whisper that part and actually just continued the bar like normally, like how he presented it normally with like the beginning of the bar, and then just did like an effect to like, you know, a low pass and like radio filter it and then just do it that way, I feel like you get the same effect.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then last, J-Law, I would say, I mean, I would add some more layers for you, for sure. Definitely go a little more crazy with the ad-libs. You're a little shy on it. And just have fun with it, man. And then overall, just turn everything up a little bit. It was a little quiet on YouTube. I don't know, that's probably just YouTube then. But yeah. Really well. Really, really well done. I loved it. Good job. Good job, guys. Sorry. Anything else from anybody else?
I had a couple more points. After the second listen, I'm going to be very, very brutal because I care about you guys and I want you guys to do more.
Need more brutality in this community.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Not enough tension.
Fuck you, Lunde.
Fuck you too. Anyways, Pilot, I think that a lot of the bars in the hook were kind of corny. I feel like you could have definitely went in a little bit more. I said that before. Wake, I definitely feel like you tried to sound like a Pusha T in the way that you flowed your vocals. Wasn't very fond of that because
I'm gonna fight you for Wake.
bro, I'll be brutally honest, bro. Fight me for it.
This is the generational divide, is
I
what
definitely
it is.
feel like
It
you
is.
tried to sound like Pusha T, and like the way that it came off was kind of like an incomplete version. And then J-Law, that was the second verse, right?
Thank you.
Shank Hill. Shank, it felt like you sounded like Dax, if you guys have ever listened to Dax. Oh, yep.
Right here.
I keep forgetting, bro. Definitely sounded like Dax, something that Dax would write, like flow-wise. I wasn't too fond of that as it definitely came off as very as
I'm gonna counter you real quick.
please do.
I can go.
So older
Dude, I love this.
Minnesota music, like underground horrorcore. There's this this rapper named Killa Capone. And like sounds super
How underground
similar.
can like so underground that we could probably listen to it or no?
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it called again? Sorry.
Killa Capone. Like there's a lot of similarities between Wake's Wake's kind of tone and rapping and Killa. I don't make the Pusha T connection, but
seen the way
I
that
also
flowed
don't.
was- Not the way the performance.
Okay.
Sound like, yeah, got the crack. Yeah, I've been doing it for 80 years. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Wait, is there a problem with that?
Not a problem with it, but like, be honest, right? If it's been
You're being honest.
okay, if
I
I'm gonna
might
be
not
honest,
be.
okay, if it's been done before, it ain't gonna cut it right now. It ain't gonna cut it right now. All I'm gonna say, it ain't gonna cut it.
So, what are artists, if not like their own version of
This is so
their
good.
favorite artist?
it's not that you shouldn't take inspiration from a different artist, but you gotta throw a unique twist on it. Because if I can build enough of recollection or like enough of connection to a different artist, where
Yeah.
I'm like, you sound like this artist,
Yeah.
it isn't going to cut it. Because if I bring you to an A&R and I put you in front of these people, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, play your music, and they're like, this sounds like Pusha T. We don't need you. We already have him.
Yep.
You're not gonna cut it.
Yep. Okay.
That's a fair take.
That's a beautiful statement.
Actually,
That's just facts.
I wanna add a sub point to that, because what's actually interesting about these labels is like they might find somebody that's like, they do this with female pop singers all the time, because that's a very popular category.
Yep.
Because women kind of get pushed into one section genre wise.
Yeah.
So like Charlie XCX, for example, has this like certain pop style that she's created or given, whatever you want to say it is. And basically Atlantic, I don't remember if it was Atlantic or Capitol, whoever she signed to, they've shelved like 10 to 15 underground pop singers that sound a lot like her and
Yeah.
could possibly be better than her, because they're like, we want to control when you release things.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Fuck.
Even when those
They like, if you're of the same caliber talent and you might sound similar, there's an opportunity for you to also be better, and that's not a counterpoint to you. But I'm just saying that's an interesting thing that labels do to file into what you're saying there.
I will say this. This isn't a counterpoint either. It's just my own opinion. Even I feel as though even when labels pick you up like that, right? Like, oh, you can sound like this artist and you could potentially be better. They still have in mind that this person could still do something unique and make something like more original than that artist. You know what I mean?
Oh,
J Havoc
I-
in the building.
I feel as though like.
did you call me? No, you didn't. You just.
Is everything okay
Did you-
upstairs? We're good. That's all I was worried about.
I feel as
Oh
though
yeah, my mom
Oh.
loves you, so we're good. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're good. We're
Well,
good. We're good.
So here's my feedback. After listening for the second time, I listened to the lyrics a bit more. I still disagree with both of these people about the hook. Okay, I'm not. Both of you, he's really sharp on it right now. You're like, ah. I feel like it's like stylistically, and this could be like the era where I listen to music. I don't know. Like, it's non-committal either way. You see what I'm saying? Like, if
No.
like, because I understand what you mean
Yep.
when people rap those hooks
Mhm.
and they make it sound like that kind of melodic flow, because you've done it before.
Yes.
I've heard it in your songs.
Uh huh.
And I don't think, if that's what they're going for, I don't even think it's fully committed to that. And that
Okay.
could just be the way it's mixed. Because like he was saying, he was hearing certain layers pop out and all that.
Mhm.
That could be why. So that's all I'll say on the hook, really. I don't even have like a lot of formed ideas about it besides that.
Okay.
The first verse was Wake, right? That wispy, like, choking on peanut butter, like, vocal that you did there. That's the best I can... Bro, it's
That's
dope.
an interesting way to
I
describe
loved
that.
it. I loved that. It was a great way to, like, fall into the verse. Bro, this is how my brain works, okay? Get used to it. Like, I thought it was really cool. And then you just kind of dove into your bars. Fuck with it. Wake, there was less that popped out in your performance, but I feel like you just kind of took your lunch pail and went to work, and I can respect that. So
Fair.
those are my concluding thoughts on the song. Jay Havoc's here. I
What's
must
up,
also
Jay Havoc?
add,
welcome, J Havoc.
We
if
can,
you're
like,
watching the stream right now on YouTube, subscribe to the channel.
Yes, sir.
Drop the link on Facebook, drop it on Instagram, drop it on Snapchat. Tell people to subscribe to the channel, because we play the most music and we talk the most shit.
It's a war.
Yeah. We have Jay Havoc joining us now, a.k.a. Rochester's daddy. Lets his nuts hang in Rochester because he's
He's-
Rochester's daddy.
The Walter White of Rochester.
What's going on?
Letting my nuts hang as much as possible.
That's good. It's
Beautiful
good
take.
to have
I dig it.
breathability.
Beautiful take.
You know, sometimes I like to breathe, and other times I like to suffocate. But you know what? At the end of the day, I did die, so I must be.
Okay. Okay. Sounds
Fair
good.
enough, fair enough.
Do we have any more submissions in the queue?
No, we do not. So go
Okay.
ahead.
Pull up.
Unreleased.
Oh, did you send me one?
Were you aware of the clip that was going around? And
It's only one
you maybe
verse.
saw it on my story about the Tyler Yahweh, the artist in the cities. He said that Minneapolis
Hell
can be
yeah.
the next Atlanta.
Was that the one you performed at the
haven't seen it
Garden?
yet, but it's too unreleased. I feel like that's a very
Because we had a debate
this
about
whole
that
project is
earlier
definitely some new crazy
for like 20 minutes.
Backrooms. Are we having two conversations right
Yeah,
now?
we were having
Yeah,
two
we are.
conversations
Sorry.
at once. It's okay.
We're loading up some King Lunde unreleased. This has not been heard anywhere else but in King Lunde's studio by him and whatever crumbs are on the floor.
We kind of already dropped the ball on that. I did perform that at the show.
He did perform it on the show, so whoever was not at the show has not heard this.
Those demons been haunting me, and her words still taunting me. I'm running from her silhouette. It doesn't pay to play Russian roulette with the devil's brunette. A song from my past that plays torment. That's a perfect duet, like life and death. A bottle in hand as I take my last breath. Close the curtains, I done paid my debts. No, I've been beating my head, hangs with regrets. To wake up in depression and hangover sweats. I try to erase that pain in my chest, but a wolf is a wolf no matter the way it's dressed. I can keep my depression in line just as long as I can walk this line.
Freestyle something now. It's your beat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I got
Feel the pressure. Yo, you got a mask on, he ain't get that shit out of his dresser. I'm just trying to say, like, yes, sir, like I blurred, like a nerd. Motherfuckers know that they killing me, that's absurd. Okay, word, I'm saying what I gotta do, what I gotta be to get through to you. I'ma always be me, no matter what they say. Don't be mean to me, else I make you fade away, make you black out like Blake fucking Shepard. Motherfuckers know that I dropped the damn record. Motherfucker touch me, no, I disrespect her. Oh man, I'm just trying to rock it like a scepter in my fucking hand. Got the power, man. You know this motherfucking man is motherfucking McShan. I don't go, no, take a photo. Yo, do my motherfucking promo. Yo, rolling down the street on a low, on those low pros, and I'm so froze. Off the top, man, you know how that goes. Man, I'm just trying to kill it with these rap flows. Yeah, we debating exactly who you on, though. Saying, oh man, you gotta keep it strong, though. Minneapolis gonna beat Atlanta. I think that you need to go and sip a Fanta. We are our own area, mass hysteria. Oh man, I'm so sick like malaria.
Bars.
unreleased though.
Oh, that's dope.
Throw that shit in the garbage and start over.
Shut
Fuck
the
you, Blake.
fuck up, Blake. You don't.
Shut the fuck up, Blake Shepard.
Hey,
Boo take. All right.
I do think that mixing wise, it's either a little oversaturated or you can filter out some of the vocal that's competing with the snare right
I
now.
agree. So I want to push back the vocals and really capture that ambient feeling, and that's kind of what I've been working on, doing in my own unique way.
Are you doing your own mixing?
Yeah,
What do you use?
I used to use FL.
FL?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no experience. I want to know.
It's if even people that have mixed for a while, I open up FL to like work on it, and they're like, "What is this?
Yeah.
How do you do this? This
Yeah.
looks like the
So
this
it's
looks like the
this? What the
spaceship
fuck?
from Cyber Chase."
Yeah.
If you get that
No,
reference,
yeah, I
like-
do.
I do.
Classic.
I'm gonna say this before I go, because my ride is here. Yeah, guys. Sorry, gotta dip out early. But yeah, I'm really trying to capture this whole unique feeling of like ambient backrooms liminalness throughout music. You know what I mean? I'm
Okay.
trying to like create my own style of sound. You know, like when you hear like my vocals come on, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Okay.
really trying to capture. Project, you know, like this whole project's gonna tell a whole story, start to finish. A music video for every single song on the project,
That's
telling
what's
a
up.
very unique story, and every music video is gonna follow after the next. Like it'll be as if you're watching a TV show or a movie throughout listening to
Yup.
the project. That's how the project.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm doing something different.
Respect for doing something different. You know, And we gotta. This is the thing. We're doing this this music feedback, and it's really easy to give criticism to people you don't know and stuff like that. It's different when you're trying to give criticism to somebody that you know and you rock with. So it's like you gotta hear the whole vision, whether it's somebody that you're familiar with or not, and you also have to be able to give the whole criticism, whether you're familiar or not. I think the track is dope. I think that I like the idea that you're doing this, and I like the idea that you're trying to come up with your own sound with it. You just got to make sure that it's mixed well, because I've seen some of the best projects end up, basically getting panned or not getting the reception back that they like because it wasn't mixed right. Like, look at so much of, like, I don't know if you know Blue, like from the West Coast. That man is a musical genius. He's got a classic behind his name, but he made a whole couple years worth of projects where it's just like lo-fi mixing it and stuff that ordinarily people would be like, yeah, this bops, this bangs. They were like, I don't know, I don't fuck with it. So it's like you need to make sure that it's listenable for people and that they rocking with it, but at the same time, it's okay to make some some interesting mixing decisions that maybe wouldn't be super conventional. It's all about finding that balance.
I do want to say this. I do want to find that balance where it's like it's very it's palatable at the sense where it's like it could in the sense of mixing, but it's like for like a regular listener to be able to listen to. I do want to go very crazy with the mix where it's like you can tell it's different. Like when Yeet came out, you know what I mean? Like that mixing was like, oh shit, we never heard this shit before. This shit is weird. And it's like after a couple listens, oh, this dude's fire. I do want to say you'll be hearing from me from the project. I do need your help on it. I would like your help.
You're gonna get this help,
You're
and
gonna
I
ask
also still need a
the
verse
Med
from
City
you
God.
for my project.
Yeah,
So
we'll get that done together.
Oh, a
I'll
little
bring a-
reciprocation. Ooh.
Ooh,
That's right. That's how we do it.
You gonna say something though?
Let me get on that.
You wanna get on the project?
Yeah.
The project.
I want. Do you already have that song full up?
This
Do you-
song.
yeah.
I do got a hook for the song already planned out.
Do you have a second verse planned for
I
it?
don't. I would be open to hearing a second verse,
Uh-huh.
but I can't promise it'll be on the project.
That's what's up.
Okay.
I
I'll
respect.
send it to you. I'll send it to you. DM me.
Respect.
I will say this. I don't want to reveal too much about the project, but that song that you just listened to, for anybody that is a Rocks local, if you guys know Beery, Beery's on the project. Other word or other like different way to say it. If you guys remember the sax kid from 2018 that went viral on Vine and YouTube, he's on the project.
Mic drop.
I'm out of here.
Let's give
Much
Lunde a round
love.
of applause on the way out, shall we?
Yeah.
I gotta grab my skateboard.
All right. That means
All right, Lupe from Masco.
Jay can move his way around and fill the seat. He left it warm for you.
Yeah, bro. I got the seal. I warmed it.
Oh, just make sure the mask is off before, because I don't want the dog to be like intruder. When you go, you can take it off when you walk
Yeah,
out.
mask off on your way.
Yeah.
Nobody will be able to. Okay.
You can take it out. You can leave it on right now. I'm just saying before you go.
Let's tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
It never leaves
Just-
my mind. It lives rent free.
Just make sure when you walk past the
Damn,
dogs,
it's
it's on
been
your
that
neck.
long?
I got 8 years. Much love, y'all. I love
I'll
y'all.
holler at you.
Got you.
Peace.
I'll be
Good night, Lundy.
put that grinded.
Grinding.
All right, now
Jay Havoc, did you hit
now-
the gym today?
Now
the
we get
good
to
shit
have
happens.
Jay in the building.
No,
Oh,
but I
God.
should have, because I'm about to get swole.
Hey, real
Thick.
quick question.
You're gonna call in thick tomorrow to
I'm
work.
calling in thick, extra thick.
I just want to
Double
say
XL.
I did something for Blake because he asked for it last time. You see how the gym is brighter?
Bro, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
kept
look, I'm a
looking
sim.
at it, but I didn't. It didn't pop in my head that you changed it,
Yeah,
but it looks really good. I keep looking at it because it's really satisfying.
yeah, and I'd rendered it at 100 or 240. There was either 240 frames or 120 frames. One of
It's
these.
sexy.
It's smooth. It's smooth. All right. Anyway,
Hi,
carry
Jay.
on. Hi, Jay. Welcome to the stream.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Sorry, my computer was having a fit today.
It's okay.
So
I
we're
learned the
here
hard
today.
way.
So I added an interesting caveat to that.
Hold on. I gotta
Because
turn you back
here's the
up.
thing. Preface this.
Yep.
We talked for like 20 minutes. All of us agree that Minnesota has the potential to go somewhere, and when it does go somewhere, it's not going to be exactly like Atlanta, but we all think it is going to bring the same or greater value to the music in our community.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, I get the conversation there. The trick is anytime you're talking about like comparing two cities, it depends on like, well, what level are you comparing it on, you know? Because if you're comparing it like, because they were saying like, oh yeah, Atlanta's the new New York or this and that when it was like, you know, once upon a time or so on and so forth. But it's like, really, it's very different city. Even if if you're talking about like the focus of the country, yeah, it shifted directly from like New York and like LA to Atlanta. But if you're talking about like the kind of contribution and the vibe of the community, it's a little different. Because if you look in Atlanta, like the difference between like New York and Atlanta, for example, like in New York, there's this huge thing about like, you know, I can't claim because I'm not from New York, but like there's this big thing where artists, well, like maybe some of them work with each other, like, you know, and all that, but they don't like necessarily lift up the next generation as much as I feel like Atlanta does. Like Atlanta, that's the one thing they do. They lift up anytime they got some next gen artists, like the last ones hop up on there. They're like, hey, you know, look at you know, a lot of this new wave out of here. You don't see any hate coming from like the older heads that are like, oh no, this isn't the way that we used to do it.
Here's the thing. I find it interesting you say that because that was the caveat I was going to add. Because when that clip came out from Waterwave of Tyler Yahweh saying, you know, Minnesota's cool, Minnesota could be the next Atlanta. A lot of people took it a ton of different ways, but what I thought was interesting is there was people in the Minnesota art community who were typing on Facebook in reference to this clip, obviously, because it's around the same time and we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they were saying Minnesota could never be Atlanta because Minnesota is toxic, Minnesota all this. And one of my big points to that, and I kind of like went on a tangent about it, is like every underground scene around the country,
There's some level of toxicity.
there's toxicity because you're putting a lot of people who are artists who are not, you know, a lot of these people mentally ill, bro, or they're like, you know, they're just imbalanced in some way, right?
It's
and
competition.
and yeah, it's competition, and like nobody has any money, and so that strains it even more, and everybody wants the same opportunities. So like I was saying, like, why do you think there's places out there where that doesn't exist, right? And you just said what I thought was interesting. You're like, well, Atlanta is like welcoming this and that. And I was wondering where you saw that because, like, I don't see that necessarily anywhere unless this new talent is, like, co-signed by, like, a big label or something.
See, that's the thing. Like, I actually remembered the same point got brought up from an artist from Atlanta. God, I wish I remembered who it was, but I was a couple weeks ago. They were probably talking about this. There is a different level of like, yeah, there's gonna be toxicity in any scene, especially when you get to urban areas because you gotta mix in. There's all these different levels of what's going on. There's also a whole different dynamic in the social dynamic in Atlanta versus New York. So the difference in Atlanta versus New York, also you gotta say like there's more of a division racially in New York along the lines of things, but in Atlanta. The big division is, and Killer Mike actually brought this up one time, the big division is the socioeconomic status. So you'll have a lot of richer black folk, and then you'll have a lot of really poor white folk there, as opposed to like New York, which they have that, but they don't have it, I feel like, in the same degree. Like, Killer Mike did a great interview on this where he was talking about this. Now, I'm not exactly going to be the guy that's like, I've been down in Atlanta, I've been up in New York and all this stuff, so I can, like, I've seen it firsthand. But the vibe that you get is like, look at like say like NY for example. When they have a new generation come up, the first thing they're like, the old heads do is like they're not boom bap. You don't see the old head generation of like, you know, the Pete Rocks and everything, you know, getting up with like maybe like the young MAs. You don't see them getting up with some of these like really, really new artists. Not that she's so new anymore, but still, like for example. Whereas like you go to Atlanta and like Future, if you didn't know, Future actually came up in the Dungeon family, which if you don't know about the Dungeon family, that is basically the group, the coalescence that Outkast came up with, that Goody Mob was rocking with. They were basically, in the beginning, they were all in just like a basement. You know, they basically had a rundown ass basement, and that's where they were recording all of these like beginning classic albums. If you look at Southern Playlist, the Cadillac Music, that shit was recorded right there in what they called the Dungeon. You know, like all of these guys, that's where Organized Sound came from, or no, like Organized Confusion. Yeah. No. Organized Confusion is the New York. I always get this confused, ironically. No, organized, organized sound. But basically, like they came up, and in the same level, Future actually, when he was younger, he came up in the dungeon along with a lot of those guys, you know, where they were still making music, and he was connected with them. Like you got guys like Outkast, you got guys like Goody Mob, and all these guys that were never like, you know, weird about the younger generation, or like even Future with how he is now. Like look at Future collabing with like, you know, an artist like maybe like a 21 Savage or something like that, where it's like there's a continuity, you know, where they don't have the same kind of level of continuity in other places. Yeah, there's always going to be conflict because whenever there's money involved, there's always going to be some level of conflict. Especially people get sensitive about their art, and that can play a role in it. But when they talk about Minnesota, there is going to be a level of toxicity just like any other scene. I think a big part of where the toxicity also comes from is it comes from people trying to compare this place to other places, or they're trying to say like, when is it our turn? When is it this? And you can bet that if they're having that conversation there, they're having that conversation in all these other big cities that are having some kind of burgeoning scenes that aren't quite on the map. Like you can go over, I'm sure, to Kansas, or I'm sure that you can go over to like St. Louis or something like that, where it's like they've had some buzz, but it's like nobody ever really focused there. And the thing is, that's going to continue to be a thing until like they totally pop off. But like people look over Minnesota. They might they like know that like Prince is from here. They know that Bob Dylan is from Duluth. They might even know about Atmosphere. But what they don't really pay attention to is, besides just Prince having his impact on himself, they don't really look back at like the Minneapolis sound was already a thing once because of Prince and artists like that, because of producers that Prince worked with, like Jammy Jam, where they were actually the reason for like Janet Jackson's I think Red Velvet Rope album, where that whole sound and vibe came from Minneapolis. That whole sound came from Minnesota, where it's like it infested and influenced the entire music scene. And they act like that can't happen again, when really it's totally possible, but you have to have some kind of like sound. And the problem is, it's not just about having an artist pop off from a scene or having a couple artists pop off. You need to have an identity. And the problem with a lot of these artists here is that some of them do have identity, but a lot of them just trying to sound like other people from other scenes. It's also such a different place now. You look at like Atlanta, you look at New York, those places came up and became those big like they had their identity and their sound at a time when the internet wasn't already like maturing, you know, when it was like at its best in its infancy. Like you look at like the 2000s when like, or the late 90s and 2000s, where like Atlanta hip hop was going from the underground to the mainstream. There was this situation where like the internet was new and it wasn't like everywhere, you know, it wasn't causing like a homogenization of all of the music where all of it's starting to sound like the same. Whereas now you're not going to have like necessarily, oh, there's one scene over there, there's one scene over there. You're going to have like a couple artists, but if you want to have you know, a scene, quote unquote, you have to have a sound, you have to have a style. And I feel like there's a potential for that in Minnesota, but like, you know, the biggest artist from Minnesota now, like regardless of what people want to say or how they feel about it or how I feel about it, the biggest hip hop artist from Minnesota right now, besides Atmosphere, is Young Gravy. And you listen to that guy and you're not like, man, his sound, like, oh, his original sound that I can peel apart from other artists. You don't get that. Like, there's plenty of artists that sound like him that have a similar aesthetic as him. But when Prince came on the scene, that was something new. That was something original, where they brought together funk and they brought together synthesizers and all this stuff, like in a way that wasn't a thing, you know? So if we want to do this and they want it to be like the next Atlanta, it's not just about like artists working together and everything. It's about having some kind of identity. There has to be a producer that comes out where it's like, man, this thing is so unique but so palatable to the mainstream that it's undeniable, and other people are going to this place to get that sound. And maybe that's less possible now because everything is so individualized. Like artists like go out on their own, but at the same time, I feel like it's still possible. So could it be Atlanta? I feel like the time has passed where you could have that kind of thing. But what it could be is it could be something different, and maybe it could be something better as far as like the year 2023 goes, because Atlanta, you're gonna continue to get new music and new vibes out of, but they have a base, you know, they have something you can go back to and say this is Atlanta. Then New York is the same thing. Like at the end of the day, you can go back and it's like you've got boom bap, you've got an identity, you know, that's where it started off. You can go do the same thing with the West Coast. What is Minnesota? What is Minnesota hip hop? Besides, like I love I love rhyme sayers and all the sample based stuff, but what is the original sound that is coming from here that other artists can jump onto, you know, without it being like just jocking somebody's style? Because you can have like a trend, that's one thing. I'm not talking about like a trend, I'm talking about like a sound, a movement through sound, where it's like not everything sounds the same, but it's like you're bringing the new vibe. Like New Jack Swing was a new vibe back in the day. Like all of these things were they left a print that you can look back on and you can be like, this is indelible. Prince made such a vibe and a sound that he was able to make iterations off of that for his entire career, and it never got old. You know, he was able to make that sound still be unique into his like the late end of his life. Like he was at his deathbed and he was still making like some like wild ass synthesizer bass 80s almost sounding stuff, but it still sounded fresh in his own way because he made his own sound. And if you bring back like find like Memphis rap, you know, people take that underground Memphis hip hop and like you look, or like it got repurposed kind of to Florida and stuff, but that sound did not go away. It just kind of like evolved. So what are you doing to create an identity?
What is that new sound?
That's a lot of talk.
Because like even Atlanta, like who really started that wave? It was Young Thug.
I mean, yeah, but like even Young Thug.
In the modern era, and
in the
hold
modern
on.
era, yeah.
From what I've witnessed, okay, Young Thug and YSL created this sound that split into the top of the industry, and he essentially paved the way for Gunna and Lil Baby, and 42 Doug and all these guys from the South and Atlanta area, where they hop on some auto-tune and they kind of melodically skip along these trap beats, and that's what paved the way. That's what said, okay,
and it
this is what we're doing. Right.
Yeah.
And with the internet, it's like it's harder to create like a unique sound from a specific place, because you could literally like I could put out a song today and it blows up, right? And then we have people in like Kentucky, Idaho, and Ukraine just jack my entire style. You know what I'm saying? Because you have access to everything now. It's not like, you know, the 90s where it's like you have all these separate studios and you have no internet. You can call people on the phone, but it's like, hey, listen to this demo.
It's like Back to the
not,
Future shit. Like,
can
you gotta hear my
something.
man.
Yeah, you can develop something and then drop it on a widespread release, and then all these people hear it. They're like, oh, this is so intuitive. This is so groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying? There's like no time to create something that is groundbreaking.
There's no surprise.
Yeah, there's no surprise at all.
Yeah.
The surprise is very, very short-lived.
Yep, that's true. That's the thing about like, you know, the connectivity now, because if you come out with like it used to be like where you were creating a sound and a vibe, you could have a couple sounds out or a couple songs out, and then like people would be like hearing them at the parties locally, and they'd be like, oh, this is lit, and it would create like kind of like a really localized section and scene and sound. Like you got Miami bass music, you got like, you know, hyphy music on the West Coast and all that stuff where it wasn't immediately plugged in. Now it's like you create a new song and you kind of plug it into TikTok, and instead of like it's sitting there and kind of like festering, yeah, like in the scene where like the local area is kind of benefiting from it. You've got it where it's like it's just this one producer. He just happens to be from this place, and all of a sudden, like, you know, people will jump on the sound. So it's like if you were trying to, I feel like it almost needs to be like organic, but also a conscious effort. Where if you are trying to create a sound and a vibe, you got to come out and you got to like, you know, have a release plan. Oh yeah. So that's why you got people like, you know,
You gotta listen to 30 seconds.
you got, yeah. That's why you got people like my man Blake Shepard here, who's trying to do his own thing and trying to make his own sound out of something. That's why it's like I've been trying to do that for a long time, where it's like you're taking something from, you know, your influences. Like, if you're doing it right, you're taking all of these influences, you're putting into a gumbo, because ain't no such thing as a totally original idea. But you're taking all this stuff, you're putting in a gumbo, you're creating something new. It's not about just like creating something totally like new out of whole cloth, but it's about something like where it's like fucking thick. It's a thick gumbo, and he might make some country too. Yo, tell me
Thanks
why.
for the comment, Dan Warner. I'm gonna save that. You're gonna be on my Twitter in a short time here, and people are gonna be clowning you.
I don't know. I think that Blake would make some pretty good country music. That would be dirty country.
Yeah.
Dirty dirt roads.
Dirty dirt roads. But like for real, like you got to look at it like this.
Country's
Like,
already dirty
what is
enough as
new
it
to
is.
you? And it's about you got to make something new that people want to listen to. Also.
Fair enough.
All right. Matter of fact, who knows? Maybe I got something for y'all to check. I got a new project coming out. Got a new album that is most of the way done, and I've been kind of keeping it a little like I've been talking about it, but I've been keeping a little mum's the word because I want to be able to be like Dunsky done. So I might have a little something for y'all to check out tonight.
When is the Jack the Ripper and Jay Havoc major EP coming out?
Ooh, if we get some beats for it, we can make that happen this summer.
Dan, make the beat.
It's just a freestyle.
This is what happens when you discover synthesizers, huh?
Chat can't hear it, but just know it's good.
Blake is debuting some of his new shit for us in here before everybody else can hear it, and it's cool.
What are you saying there?
Brought that blunt, and you brought that dough.
Matter of fact, y'all want to hear some
I
new
made that
shit
before I
that
came
may
here.
or may not be totally done, but it's like it's the dunnest it's been in a long time, and it's also
made
featuring
it
my
easy.
homie.
Thank you,
Actually,
people.
before
Can
we
I-
do that,
Can I
Before we do
can I
that-
put everybody on pause for a second?
yeah.
Hold up.
So Blake just showed me this, and if you ever played the game Jet Set Radio Future,
Bro, I've been playing that on stream, bro.
I saw that.
I've been
It's a
playing
fucking
that.
classic.
Classic.
That gives me classic
think
Sega vibes.
I
What year
fuck
did
with
that
it.
come out?
That's like
Oh,
early 2000s, yeah.
2001, 2002-ish.
Too
Yo.
Fast, Too Furious is a huge part of my aesthetic inspiration.
Yo, I had that album. I literally had that album on repeat. That's
That's
there's-
been that's been a thing since fucking Speed, or what was that song you made?
yeah.
A long time ago, you made the song.
Yeah.
You made the video with
Bro, like most of my aesthetic inspiration is like Too Fast, Too Furious, Jeff Hardy, and
What a combination.
Skrillex, and Kanye West, and I don't know, probably a host of other things I haven't discovered yet.
I had a whole song for the longest time. I had a couple of those songs from that Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack memorized. And if
Oh, really?
if y'all didn't know, yeah, like there's a song on there by Jin. You probably haven't heard of him in years because he was one of the first like Asian big artists that was also a battle rapper that was ill, and then he disappeared, and then he went and made some Christian hip hop or some shit, and then
Damn.
and then yeah, I know, right? And that's what people do. It's like that's the last ditch effort. If your shit doesn't work, you end up making Christian rap. But yeah, and also let's see, the Ludacris song on there. Oh, it was so good. But also, like, before we get off topic, just referencing Jack's comment right there. If you haven't seen Jet Set Radio and if you haven't played it, go on YouTube and look that up. Because
So amazing.
It's amazing, but it also had what was so amazing about it was it had a unique style. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at the art style, instead of trying to go like super high def, like a lot of games at the time were trying to be like these gritty Call of Duty shooters and shit like
Yeah.
that, where it's all brown and shit and trying to be realistic. They went the other way. They made, if you've heard of it, it's called cell shading to make it look like a comic book, where everything looks more cartoony, but because of that, the art style doesn't age because it has its own identity. So when you try to go for something unique, the shit doesn't age, it kind of stays in a time capsule. The music on there was also lit. The music was so fucking fire, and you could go back and you can still catch a vibe off of that. So if you haven't played it, just go on YouTube and you can kind of get an
Phenomenal
idea.
game.
It's phenomenal.
Or just go buy it.
Go buy it. Honestly, you could probably get it off of like was it an Xbox exclusive game back then?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably on like the Xbox store or the Microsoft store or some shit. I bet it's on Steam. Like you can find it.
Such a great game.
So good.
I have it for my original Xbox.
Oh, I wish I could. If I still had an original Xbox, that's one of the originals I would still
I'm
play.
emulating everything because I'm a PC nerd.
Yeah,
That's how
well,
I've been playing Jet
it
Set
lasts
Radio
longer.
Future.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, like what y'all playing? Put it down in the comments. What is your favorite game from when you were a kid? Doesn't matter what era.
Halo doesn't count because everybody's favorite game is Halo.
I mean, I don't know. Like some people are exception. No, everybody's favorite game is Halo 2.
Yeah, well, Halo. Yeah,
Exactly. You got to get specific
It's Halo
because
3
it's not.
for me.
Yeah. See, Halo 3 was
Yeah.
the. Back then, it felt like the fall off. Now it feels like it aged better.
it was almost the turning point of like it was getting good. And then Reach came out and we're like, oh baby.
You're.
And then-
That's when they swapped it to 343, right? Or was that the last one that Bungie
That was the
made?
last one.
That was the last one.
Damn.
Didn't they? Actually, they might have made one more, like in collaboration, or was that 343 or whatever?
part to do with fuck, I don't remember. Let me look it up. But I know they
Was
they
like
parted
Halo
ways
Reach?
with bullshit, and then yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Either
are you
way.
thinking of ODST?
Oh yeah, maybe
That one was
not
like-
great.
dark.
It was dark. They
Like visually dark.
yeah, literally, you couldn't see shit.
it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so November 6th, 2012.
So I feel like probably a bunch of the guys that were working on Bungie, they
As the
probably
first
joined
title of the new
343.
Halo Reclaim trilogy, which was included at least 2 more installments over the years.
Just
So-
it didn't hit the same after that, you know.
Uh-uh.
There's a couple
No.
bright spots, but like like anything else. But
Sorry.
Halo, when it came
More
out, like
specifically,
that
it was
was
March 31st, 2012. Following Bungie's completion of their last Halo title, Halo Reach, 343 Industries was eventually given complete control of the Halo franchise, including servers and data, on the 31st.
I nerded out. I got that right.
Hell yeah.
I'm not even like a huge
That's
Halo
what's
head.
up.
I just know a lot of random shit. Plus, I listen to too many podcasts now.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to ours.
Everything good, Blake? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, we're talking about how Blake's new EP sucks, and yeah, it's totally trash,
You
and I
keep
had
things
no
in your
involvement with
pockets.
it.
You keep things
Just
in
kidding.
This pocket.
Stream dirty club floor right
Don't
now.
Stream dirty club floor. I was gonna stick my hand in there, but I was like, nah, do that.
You were gonna stick my hand in my hoodie pocket, but what if
My
there's like
hand,
a
your hoodie.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah?
That's why I asked
Stick
you.
your hand in my hoodie pocket.
Uh huh.
But what if there was like a slimy pickle in there or something?
I
Why the
would have
fuck
pulled it
can't-
out.
We would be questioning why would there
Ugh.
be a slimy
Yep.
pickle.
Either that, or I would have just been like, okay.
Hey,
Would you eat the
It's-
pickle?
Church Pilot in the chat.
How much
Hey.
money?
So, what do we have coming up next? Because otherwise, I'm gonna show y'all something.
How much are you offering?
Anything's on the table.
Ooh. At least, like bare minimum.
Yeah,
Like, how warm is it?
Come type it.
it's room temperature.
Room temp.
Yeah,
Jay, have-
room temp pickle, baby.
Right.
Bare minimum, $100. Straight Benji.
100. Wow, I would pull out 3 zeros at least.
Damn.
What if it has some sort of disease on it or something? Then you
I'll
get
figure it out.
hospitalized.
Don't
Is it
care.
disease now?
$100
Oh.
will get me something for it.
Yep.
Yeah, like if there's
I'd
a
get
slimy
McDonald's
pickle in
on my
hoodie
way to the hospital.
pocket-
I'd be like, well, Blake paid for this.
Texted it.
slimy pickle.
So we want to talk about like trying some different shit, you know? Hey, what's good, Alex? I'm about to show some different shit where it's a track featuring my homie J Mar. And it's a
I've heard
song-
this.
It's you haven't heard it recorded though.
I've heard this.
Blake has an idea, but he knows. See, on this song, I was like, I want to do something different. There might be a little bit more that I do for the mixing and stuff like that, but shoot. I took together, I was like, this, keep in mind, this is before, I made this before Drake put out his H&M or whatever the fuck house music, and before Beyonce killed it with her new shit, Renaissance. And before it was like really popping up in the mainstream, I was like, you know, it's really dope. You know, I like house. I like soul music. I actually did a collaboration with three ways with a brass player, trombone player, a soul singer, and a deep house DJ. And we did a whole collaboration set like a couple years ago. And I was like, you know, it'd be really cool to do something like that on my new record. So this is called Heart. And yeah, I figured I was gonna combine a little bit of house, a little bit of hip hop, and fuck it, you know, a little bit of, you know, reggaeton vibe possibly. So let's see what you think. House and the Horn group that I did when I did that collaboration show. You're right. Shout out.
Guess you're not feeling the way that my heart beats through my chest. Cardiac arrest me. See me, we ain't been out, shit already undressed me. I'm on my feet. Come on, I'm up, let's go. Address me with all your soul when you bring me up. Feeling the waves, energy comes and it saves when you got heart. Don't be afraid to let go of the little things, really it's not hard. We put up with so much shit on the daily. I might be the type to stay low-key, but baby, I'm feeling tonight. I want lights, I want bass, I want art. You know I've been feeling way down, pushing on through it. I just really wanna get out, feeling brand new again. But time's been taking tonight. I wanna feel life, I wanna feel like I'm on with the movement, the bass, the lights. I know you got heart, and you got soul, way down in your body. Now lose control, take a hold of my hand, and you gon' see I'm feeling your motion, and take a hold on me. We in the building, taking these shots, but it ain't penicillin. Why penicillin and drop top C's, and I'm skywriting to seeing these stars for a reason. And it's more than a feeling. Ain't too rich, but I feel like a million. I know we've been going through things like a million, but still the way you be shining is brilliant. Put that on wax like Brazilian. The DJ cutting it, I just be loving it. Call me by alias, even by my government. I just want you saying my name, so have fun with it. The story ain't complex, run with it. From the art show to the club with it. We can put the song, come with it. And when we finish the song, we gone.
Quiero que me entregues tu corazón. Tengas miedo, bebé, no te voy a lastimar. Pasa el tiempo, baby, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Quítame el estrés, contigo quiero tomar. En esta galaxia, baby, tú eres la mejor estrella. En esta tierra, baby, tú sabes que eres la más bella. Y tus labios rojos son la más fina. Yo sé que estar contigo fue mi destino. Y quiero que sepas, mi amor, que eres lo mejor que me ha pasado. Olvídate de los que te dejaron. Yo no me voy a ir de tu lado. Tell me, what do I have to do so you can open your heart, baby, open your heart so that I can come through, come on.
You know I've been feeling way down, pushing on through it. I just really wanna get out, feeling brand new again. But time's been taking tonight. I wanna feel life, I wanna feel like I'm on with the movement, the bass, the lights. I know you got heart, and you got soul, way down in your body. Now lose control, take a hold of my hand, and you gon' see I'm feeling your motion.
That was kind of a funky ride.
Switching it up, doing something different.
Oh yeah,
What was that?
Here, give feedback.
it was interesting. There's a lot of different things going on in there. It's hard to unpack all at one time.
One of those things where sometimes you need multiple listens to be like, oh.
It was,
Did we not do that earlier?
yeah, we did. It was.
We did that before you came.
It was a long vacation, and you're just like, you just got home, and you're like, I got a lot to do, but it's gonna happen in a minute.
We're gonna need an animation for Jack's new amendment to our show, where we have like a Street Fighter font and vocal sound saying like, "We gotta listen to that again."
I mean, I do have the Street Fighter
Again.
fight.
Yeah,
Ready? Fight!
I do have that.
if you did that, that would work too.
I could
Round 2. Fight!
watch this. File, add source, add a new source instead. We're gonna call it fight time.
We gonna have a
Fight
fight.
time.
Y'all are witnessing something new happening right now. So we're all innovation
you're
on
seeing
innovation.
how things get done.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, they really can't see.
They can see us watching you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Look, focus on where we're looking and just imagine the interest that you would also have. Hey.
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh. Fight. Oh, hell yeah. Ready?
Can I control the audio? Where's the thing that says like? I think it has the audio. It's no, it's there. It's there.
We just probably can't hear it on the side.
Loud as fuck.
Duh.
Okay, so continue on real quick because I gotta add something
Okay.
to it.
I'm open to your words, sirs.
Blake, feedback from you? Do you think
Yeah,
you
Blake,
like? Do you
give
like
me
it? Do you think
feedback.
it sucks?
Dude, this is the worst track I've ever heard from you.
No.
No. The second verse I really like. I like how you're painting your vocal paintbrush there. Like I love when rappers do that. They like kind of like, yeah, I can rap on this beat, you know, in a good flow. But what if I just like hold this syllable in a nice artistic way? And what if I just chop it up real quick on that hat for no reason, you know? I like that. I like that little seasoning you throw in there. I think the intro to the first verse, or whatever you call that lead intro verse you recorded, I think the first like 3 or 4 bars in there could be delivered a little bit better. But later on, you remedied that. It sounded good. So I would say majority of the verses sound really solid. The hook, it's decent, but I feel like there's something in the mix that's missing. I don't know what it is.
Where is it as it stands from like beginning to finish?
It's most of the way finished. I'm still potentially waiting to see if I can get maybe an additional feature on the hook, but time wise, I'm kind of looking at the clock and I kind of counting down a little bit. Fight. I might end up going back and doing like a second version after my release, but you know, I'm still working on like tweaking the mix a little bit, maybe going back and kind of like feeling out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it's like trying something different. Like the beat has been done for a little while, and I've had J-Mar's verse for a while, but it was just like, okay, I need to record my vocals because I wasn't in a good place to record it for a while. And so I finally did that recently, and I was like, okay, so I need to at least have this. And in general, it sounds pretty good. Like compared to like where the mix started, like the vocal sounded pretty good. Like the recording was pretty good, but the you know, with the mixing I did and with some of the like the effects I did, like especially when you get to the pre-chorus and the hook, if you listen to like, you know, in some good speakers or like in some good headphones or something like that, it's not like it flows in pretty good. Like I also like I'm a fan of editing too. Like I'm a big editor. Like
That felt like a subtle shot.
yeah.
Maybe if we listened to some fucking decent speakers, you'd actually be able to hear my mix.
Well, I mean, it's not really the fault of the speakers. It's like you got to understand we're kind of in like, you know, the setting that we're in. It's more focused on the stream. But yeah, you're right. Like, there's always stuff that needs to be done, and I'm always like going back and listening to my mixes. I'm like, I could have done that better. Oh, I like the way I did that. And honestly, if I really wanted to, I could probably like continuously criticize everything that I do and not put anything out, and it would take too long. So I'm kind of in the mix between like I'm gonna fix some stuff, but I'm also like I'm not hurting.
Sorry, I've played the fight thing a lot. I didn't realize the audio was playing. I should have had it muted.
Fight. Also, this is another thing that I want to say. Yo, thanks so much for having honest feedback and just being for real and being true, because when you don't give honest feedback, that's not helpful, because we don't get better as artists. That's one thing that you got to learn. Like some people will take hearing things that they like, you know, maybe people will give them constructive criticism and they'll be like, oh dog, that's hate. And I'm like, no bro, that's love, because that's somebody that's trying to give you some kind of thing to make it, you know, make your art as good as possible. And sometimes you take it and sometimes you don't, but you just got to at least listen.
Yep.
Also,
We were saying that when Shank Hill had a song earlier, because Lunde was tearing it apart, man. Like there was certain parts of it he just did not fuck with, and that's the point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same as if like if you weren't honest with your music, if you just made something you thought was right and you went out and performed it and you went out and toured it and you went out and did full releases for it and went on radio shows and all this about the stuff you just felt like was the right thing to do and not what was actually you, like your whole career is a lie. And then so like if we just like, you know, softly went over all these songs, like what's the point of the show?
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, we talk about other things. I went on a hell of a tangent earlier, but like that's one of the main things we do here. It's like we talk
Exactly.
about music and shit. So.
That's the beautiful thing about music, though, and it's also like it's subjective and stuff like that. And that's the thing. It's like you come into things and you got to be ready for some feedback, because what if you go out into the world with some people that don't have love for you? They just want to tear your shit apart. It's gonna be even worse when you hear the shit from them, because then it goes past being honest feedback and it just becomes like hate. And if you give anybody a reason to hate on your shit, like it hurts. It hurts as an artist. So you'd rather hear the honest shit from people that you know are trying to help you be better, as opposed to just getting right into like the negativity. That's why we want y'all to submit your music, because we're not trying to just tear into it. We're trying to give honest feedback in a way where you can benefit from it. So that way you're not going out there and you're just hearing somebody with out-trained ears just shit on it. Because people that aren't artists just listen with listener ears, and that's cool, and that's got its own merit. But at the same time, like, they'll tear your shit apart without knowing what they're like criticizing, without knowing what they're doing. And sometimes it's hate, and sometimes it's just inexperience. So you got people that actually know how the process goes, whether it's mixing or it's writing or it's performing or creating beats. We have all of that here. So if you want to get something coming from that, and you want to get some kind of like good feedback, you are in good company.
Have you ever like sent your music out to like somebody like in the professional studio to like master and everything? Or is that not
I've
your
had
cup of tea?
I haven't had anybody like professionally mix my stuff. I've had somebody professionally master my stuff, and I've been in studios, but typically I'm just like, for money and time and for preference, like I typically, if I'm recording in a studio, I'll be like, let me take those stems, let me mix that and kind of get to where I want to get it, because then you're kind of like going back and forth over and over again, and like maybe you don't like it, and it's like I hate having to tell people like, oh no, go back over that again and go back over that again, because by the fourth, fifth time they just want to be done with this shit. Whereas like when I'm listening to it over and over again, I might get burnt out of it, but it's like I'm getting exactly what I'm looking for. That's why it's important to at least have like an idea of the mix. Now I had once upon a time I had like Bruce Templeton. He mastered some of my music, and he's the one that did a lot of mastering for like say like Atmosphere. Or like I recorded my Everyday Infinite EP at the Hideaway Studios up in Minneapolis, and that's where like Atmosphere, Brother Ali, Dillinger 4.
Homie at the skate park told me to tune in. #Dark Gems. Forgot the king's name, but let's go. Welcome.
Let's go. Welcome. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you do these things, and like the best thing that you can also do if you're looking for a specific sound or a specific vibe, look at the artists that you really like and find the people that they go through. You don't necessarily, maybe it's like, it's a little rough when they're like millionaires, billionaires and stuff like that. But if you have artists that are like on the underground, even like if you like Puya or something like that, look at who masters their stuff or where they record, and either take notes or reach out to the people that do that. And you'd be surprised how often like they'll be reasonable and they'll work with you too. It is definitely hard to mix your own music in a sense, because you are experiencing the thing where it's like, it's hard to separate you from your music, but at the same time, nobody's gonna know what your vision is for what the sound should be better than you.
And money
Also, because shit is expensive. So like, if you're spending a bunch of money on like, a bunch of like, oh, I gotta get this tweaked, you might be like, I don't want to spend more money. It's the same thing when you go into a studio. You better be ready, bro. You better be ready with your stuff prepared, because else you're gonna waste a bunch of time in the studio and that shit gets expensive.
What's up, Astro? Lunde saw him at the skate park earlier.
Ayo.
We got a lot of shows around the Raj, bro. We got a lot of things going on in the Raj. Appreciate your support, my friend.
We're going to be doing a lot more this summer, too.
We do this podcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Same time, same location, YouTube, Dark Gems, INTO. Tune in. Hit the little notification bell.
Represent.
Hell yeah.
Also,
we don't make
if
any
you're just
money from
joining
this
now,
yet, basically. So.
Jay Havoc, White Boy, Jack the Ripper, Blake Shepard.
Hello.
Hi,
Sorry,
guys.
I'm off camera.
White Boy is running the booth for us.
Can you cut to like your own camera and just like see you?
Yeah, this is the editor. This is the guy who makes it look like shit.
See, that's generous. Like, I'm glad that you do that for people. Like, especially, it's good to have like fresh ears on a mix. In 2 to 3 free revisions is definitely good. So like that's good. You still got to have a good idea as an artist. And also if you know who you're working with, it helps. What do
you guys think?
Yeah,
it's up to you guys. Sorry. So the link is in our bio or in the description below. Just post the link to your track in the comment with it. And you're good to go.
Exactly. Like we'll play your track. We'll get in there. Yeah, but like totally, definitely it's good to be able to work with other people as far as like your mixing and stuff goes. Also, if you do have to go and mix your own music, it's important to give your ears a break for a while too.
Oh yeah.
If you go nonstop over and over again, you're gonna stop hearing the things that you need to tweak, and it's gonna end up just becoming it's gonna sound like shit to you eventually, and you're gonna hate it. So that's why you gotta like stop and like either stop for the night, or you gotta stop for a couple days and come back to it, and you have what they call fresh ears, because then you have a more fresh perspective. But obviously, yeah, get the homies in there. Listen in your computer speakers, listen in your car speakers, listen in
Every
your
speaker
headphones,
you can.
everything that you can listen in good speakers, and also listen to some shitty speakers.
Yep.
I was in the studio over in the current studios, NPR, and they had a really nice studio, and they had great speakers. Then they also had some really shitty computer speakers in there, so they know how it sounds on the full range, you know?
He said he got cash for days. Well, why are we not blowing up yet then, man?
Yeah, what's the deal, bro?
Come on. That's my frustration.
If you have
for real.
in my own experience, if
Appreciate
you
it.
have the cash to put in,
Sorry. We have a
If you ha-
submission. We have a couple submissions.
gotcha. If you have the cash to put in to get it like professionally mixed, and you have the patience to do the revisions, I say do that.
Absolutely. If you can afford it, and you can sit down with that engineer also, because you're better off like being there and kind of giving them the best idea of what they want, because sometimes what's good to them or what sounds good to them isn't exactly what you're going for your vision. And it's also a little different when it's like you're a producer and stuff, where it's like you're more in tune with like what you want to hear. Whereas like if you're an artist, like it's still important to know your mix, but a lot of artists don't know exactly what they want until all of a sudden an engineer shows them, especially if they're new.
For sure.
Here's the thing, though. I will say this, because I know I have friends that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on like their projects. Like they'll do like a 10 to 12 song album, and they'll spend grands,
I think
like
we're about to have to.
$10,000 plus to get in a professional studio to record it, produce it, maybe send it off to certain engineers to mix it who like are critically acclaimed. And like from my perspective, is there value in that? Absolutely. But at the same time, like I feel like personally, where I am in my career, if I can get a lot of the technicality to hit, after that, I feel like there's an exponential decay in the value of spending a lot of money on your project. You know what I'm saying? Because like the common listener, like if you make music and you have like producer ear, and you can hear certain things that pop out that are like, oh, that's not good. Like if you can get it to fit to your specifications, then like you're probably in a good place, because the general listener can't hear those little things. They only hear like the major things because they're not used to picking apart an EQ or whatever. So like I would say, if it's up to snuff with your ear and you've done engineering before, I would trust it, because you could go down a rabbit hole of spending thousands and thousands of dollars and not trusting your own work and just going through a whole tiring experience. And personally, I'm not down to do that.
You know, most artists out here, they're just like, especially like newer artists, they're just getting their foot in the door, and they don't necessarily have like endless cash flow. Now, there's ways to get around that for sure, and it always pays to have a homie hook up. But what's really important is that you make sure that you know what your sound is. So even if you are like not mixing it yourself, what is your mix chain? You know, as the artist, you need to know like, what should my vocal sound like? You know,
Alex, just
how do
post
I
the
like my
link
beat
for
to
it in
rap?
the. Sorry, just post the link for it in the chat if you can, Alex. But yeah, we do have a
Hey,
couple
okay.
submissions.
Hey, bro's saying he's trying to make his own scooter shop when he gets older with a friend.
Oh,
Hey,
hell yeah.
I like that. Like, you know, do branding. Have the merchandise that you're gonna sell or whatever, but make sure that you brand well. If you know your brand, then everything else will come along with it. You know, you build around your brand. Just make sure you have a product. I haven't seen a scooter shop. That's kind of dope. Like a skate shop, but with scooters. I'm with it.
Why is this being a bitch all of a sudden? Sorry, I don't know why it's not.
Hey, we're about to listen to some submissions, y'all.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, hold on. I gotta add source real quick. The window capture's being a bitch.
Hey,
add
yo.
source.
Also, shout out to y'all for being involved with us. You know, it's all love.
Oh, wow. Sorry. Hold on. Let me
Heart emoji.
Okay, so we have a submission by Junzi. This song is called Treasure. This one's on Spotify. So if y'all don't know where that's at, I will post, or I guess, I should be posting where this is at in the chat. That's my fault. Yeah, all right. But anyway, let's get into it. Treasure by Junzi.
Treasure by Junzi.
Yeah, life gets hard, keep your head strong. Triumph every time that we were dead wrong. Better get it right now to keep your life long. The train of life don't stop, it's a ride along. Adam hit me on the line to watch the python. At least I'm getting good advice from the right songs. At least I had a good time with my grandmoms. At least I'm sitting here trying to write the best song. Yeah. I'm not trying to lose my life on the way out. Not the promise I was given from the holy mouth. He came to save up all the sinners, that's the game now. I gave my life away, I'm trying to be a saint now. Hope I can paint a vivid picture for your brain now. Hope I can spit a little game to ease the pain now. I hope he opens up your heaven, let it rain now. Yeah, life's a gift from God, put your hands out. Open up your heart before it's man down. Everything you got, you better lay it down. He's coming back again, he's on his way now. Life's a gift from God, put your hands out. Open up your heart before it's man down. Everything you got, you better lay it down. He's coming back again, he's on his way now. Life's a gift from God, put your hands out. Open up your heart before it's man down. Everything you got, you better lay it down. Everything you got, you better lay it down. Everything you got, you better lay it down. Don't sell yourself short for the world. I'll give your heart away to every single girl. Cherish the moments like a diamond in a pearl. Pray to God when your life is in a swirl. It's not easy when the devil on your feet. Always with you on the streets and in the creeks. In the valleys, in the shadows, and the peaks. But if you focus on the words that God speaks, you might notice all the sun that's on your cheek. You might notice what we're breathing, it is free. You might notice all the beauty in the trees. You might awaken to this world and what it means. Yeah. Life's a gift from God, put your hands out. Open up your heart before it's man down. Everything you got, better lay it down. He's coming back again, he's on his way now. Life's a gift from God, put your hands out. Open up your heart before it's man down. Everything you got, better lay it down. He's coming back again, he's on his way now. Life's a gift from God, put your hands out. Open up your heart before it's man down. Everything you got, you better lay it down. He's coming back again, he's on his way now.
Okay. Yeah, that was fucking.
Bro, are our mics on?
Yeah, they're on.
Bro, who is Junzi?
Yeah, speak in the chat. Who are you? Who are you?
Who is Junzi, bro?
Because that was nice.
And are you from the Roch? Because if so, I don't know you.
Dude, why do I not know you?
That was wavy, dude.
That was very
That
wavy.
was super wavy.
Like that was. I feel like I don't know if you mix your own stuff or somebody else mix your own stuff. You could almost like soften like the snares and push. Have pretty good lo-fi bop. Go that
It is
direction.
a solid track.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
a mystery submission.
I was dancing to
Ooh,
it.
spooky.
Trying to loosen up the room a little bit.
See, I like the vibe of it. I like the vibe is definitely dope. The bars are pretty dope. It was very chill. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of there's an artist from, I believe he's from LA. His name is Choosy, and he made a collab album with Exile.
Oh, okay,
And
we
if you
got the answer. Connor said that's my homie.
Yeah, that's
I
dope.
produced and mixed for him.
Hey, that's
Nice.
what's up. Yeah, it sounds
Solid.
good.
Well done on the mix, Connor.
Yeah, it pops. The
GGs.
vocal pops pretty good. I like, I don't mind like the snare kind of popping like that. But I like
North Dakota.
it reminds me of Choosy and Exile, this album that they came out with. If you haven't heard it, go on Spotify, check that out. Maybe you'll see what I'm talking about. Exile's a really ill producer, and what he does is he has a lot of like kind of lo-fi bops, but it's like they're almost maybe a little bit looser than this because of the way he produces, but it kind of still reminds me of that kind of like that chill, mellow, like you can tell he's kind of on the sampler. You can tell that he kind of played it in. I like, or like if you haven't heard Choosy, like a better example, they worked with like Blue from the West Coast, like I kind of mentioned to Lunde earlier. So Blue has this really laid back kind of West Coast flow, but he goes really well with like, a sample beat. And he's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of soul on there. So I feel like this is really dope. I like the beat and I love the vibe. I think that maybe the only criticism that I could make is that maybe it could use a little bit more of a hook, where it's like, I feel like
That's a good point.
It didn't really catch me it kept me going. Like I was bopping and it was like, it was pleasant while it was on and then it was off, but I can't tell you what the hook was. I can't tell you
where it was.
I don't have the part where it's like, maybe if I listen to it a couple times, I'd sing along to it because it's like, it's chill. It's like, it's not like it's not catchy, but like, that's the only thing, like maybe make it more present, like, pop out here. I think I kind of heard the hook, but like, I think it would almost, be dope with it actually, having like some gang vocals or something on that where it's like, you're really...
Everybody just immediately was like,
yeah,
gang, motherfucker.
I like gang. Like gang vocals is like you got a group like
group
like the 90s.
Way down. And what they playing now?
Well,
Mine's DMX. It's DMX for some reason.
DMX gang vocals. No, like even you could do it on yourself. You could even do it with two people or with like a plug-in where it's like you just fill out like the sound on the chorus where it's like, oh, it sounds like everybody's chanting this chorus. And that would be like really dope because it'd be like, oh shit, it pops. And right now it's just kind of like, it's got the vibe of like, I would chill with this guy, I would smoke it, I would vibe with it. So I like that.
Great DMX impression.
Look, Blake does the best DMX impersonation, and for whatever reason, he also does a pretty good Jay-Z.
Yeah, we're here in Brooklyn. But BK is from Texas.
I feel like every time I hear that impression, it feels more like the impression from the Lucas Bros, like I showed you that one time. You do it for the love, Lucas Bros.
Yeah, I love my Lucas brothers.
Hell yeah.
Come out to New York. I'm JC. I'm from Brooklyn. Would you rather have $100,000 or dinner with me?
And then I found out that the blueprint was actually the blueprint for the Illuminati. It's a joke from the show.
What's Jack the Ripper's?
Yeah, what's Jack the Ripper's feedback?
What's Jack the Ripper got to say?
I don't have a whole lot of feedback because I'm not well versed in this like subgenre of hip hop.
He doesn't do the boppy bop like boom bappy bop.
No, I don't. But I fucking like it. I thought it was like pretty well mixed, good flow, like was about it. Like you could tell there's confidence in that voice. And I don't really have anything like negative to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Or
really
like
much
any
negative
criticisms. Yeah, no.
It's like it's one of those like it's really solid.
Does its job.
It does its
Structurally
job.
solid.
Yeah.
The only thing I could say is like make the hook pop, just because like boom bap that can be tricky on sometimes because you're about the vibe and you're about like I'm here for the beats and the rhymes, but it's like a really good boom bap song with like a hook that like reels you in, like that shit you put on like fucking repeat. You feel?
Yeah.
But yeah, good shit. Like very good mix, good rhymes, good beats. Keep on doing it. And yeah, shout out to Connor for producing the track. I like it.
Hell yeah.
You're on the gang vocal. Yeah, you need that gang vocal.
All right. So
bring out the hook.
We do have.
Get that dog in him.
I think this is going to be our last
Get the
submission.
dog.
I think this is going to be our last submission for the evening, just because of the time. We're almost getting towards the end here.
Oh, we have 20 minutes left?
Yeah. So
Way past
our
my
last
bedtime.
submission, and we're leaving it off on a good note. We have a submission by Richard. Pilot. God damn it, I'm fucking it up. My bad. I'm just reading things on the screen. But he did say, before y'all ask, yes, it's a YouTube beat, just had to make something. Okay, so we're going to just completely ignore production of the beat because that's not...
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. we're not gonna go too hard into the beat. We're gonna just mainly focus on the vocals.
Just focus on the vocals on
All
the
right,
song.
so here we go. This one is called "They Don't See" by Pilot. Yeah, I'm on the wrong output. My apologies. Give me 2 seconds.
Technical
Why did it
difficulties.
change all of a sudden? I didn't do it. I'm so confused. Never mind. All right, so here we go. Back again. Here we
Boo! Fire the sound man.
go. My apologies.
They don't see what I can see. Come together and we'll all be free. Life's a gift, keep your family straight. If there's haters around, you just can't be the same. Nah, I can't be the same or stay in my lane. I stay fly at all times like I'm chasing a plane. Shorty playing with my brain, but she's just spitting game. She learned it from the best, so I'm mainly to blame. Hold up, free your negativity. Only the real gravitate in my proximity. Feeling good, feeling free, knowing that I'd rather be. Say I didn't inspire your rhymes, that's a fallacy. Don't become a casualty, be strong, you have to be. If I didn't sweat in peace, in wartime I'd have to bleed. Take the charge, grab the lead, the new horizons past the sea. Life is like a movie, I realize God casted me. Tough luck, I realize fuck luck. I'ma work so hard on my haters stay dumbstruck. This is the second time in this spot the lightning done struck. They shovel shit on me, I hit them with a dump truck. They don't see what I can see. Come together and we'll all be free. Life's a gift, keep your family straight. If there's haters around, you just can't be the same. They don't see what I can see. Come together and we'll all be free. Life's a gift, keep your family straight. If there's haters around, you just can't be the same.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta find that now.
Blake's on a mission now.
Curiosity is the biggest motivator.
Curiosity is biggest motivator for Blake right now.
So I like the hook. I think that the hook was definitely sold well. I think the verses were good. You know, all the stuff that I've heard from my bro, he always got a good flow on it. Like he's got a lot of personality to his delivery, and it was delivered at a steady flow where it was like he wasn't tripping over himself as far as the words go. It sounded good, especially rocking over a YouTube beat. The mix is pretty good. It sounds pretty good on the beat. It all comes together pretty well. Not like not a lot of stuff you can really criticize on it, honestly. It's like I think that like the dump truck line I liked.
Yeah.
Like I like that. Maybe more bars that pop like that I feel like might elevate it more, but there's not really a whole lot you could really do to make it too much better as far as like it goes. It's a little short because of the beat, so it comes in and it kind of comes out. But it's a really cool, it would be cool to perform at a show. You feel it?
Absolutely.
I would vibe with this at a show. It just feels like if I were listening to it on an album, I'd almost want it to be a little bit longer, just so I can sing along more to it.
Yeah, I hear you. The hook fit really well with the song in general. Also solidly done. I don't have much to add to this. Well done and well written, solid structurally.
I would suggest going back and just making your own version of the beat. So then you got all the rights to it.
There you go.
Just go back and add a little bit of this, make this a different sound, keep the same progression and the melody and everything, but flip it around, because that's a big thing that I'm trying to impose on a lot of artists. Like, hey, if you already got a song but you have a YouTube beat type thing, I know I wasn't gonna go into that, but I'm just saying without giving it criticism. You know.
Just riff off of it, you
Yeah.
know, like just kind of like what some producers will do is they'll have like a whole pack of like loops and stuff, and they might not necessarily even use the loops. They might just like listen to it and get inspiration off of it. Like maybe they do a similar chord progression or something. But yeah, like with a good beat, because I know you can make a good beat too. Just put something together, and yeah, like if anything, if you could, I would recommend like maybe make it a little bit longer, like put on like another like a second verse, and yeah, it's like it's a cold ass song. I also like the little the vocal effect on the verse where you kind of brought that deep voice in. It sounded really good with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. We'll keep in contact with it. Blake is thinking long and hard about this.
Blake
I'm
is
not, I'm
really
just
trying to
being-
focus.
Just being patient.
Oh, okay.
Just minding
It's
my
your turn.
manners.
It's
It's your
official.
turn now.
Really, I can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like you were more so in your element here than you were on the Shank Hill feature. And that can happen a lot. Me and Jack were talking while our mics were off, I think. And like I was talking about how this hook feels like the intention was similar with this hook as it was with the hook on the Shank Hill song, except the commitment to it was better. The commitment to it was better. And the mix was better on it. Because like I don't know what era that's from. It's like layered rap chorus where you're like kind of singing, kind of not. You're like just like rapping along the fucking melody.
It was kind of popping in the 2000s. Like there's been
Yeah.
variations and iterations on it since then, but especially like it's very much like if you go back and you listen to like some Chris Calico or like because I know Jack knows what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Like listen to some like Tech Nine
You
or
missed
something.
the new track that
Yeah.
I showed earlier. It's got Chris on the hook.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's
But
the
yeah.
early 2000s. Yeah.
Anyways,
I vibe with it.
it felt a lot more like you were in your element here, and the hook was it played into the song, it was mixed into the song a lot better. And if Lunde listened to that, he would probably have a similar take about your lyrics. And I feel like with this type of genre, like simpler lyrics are like welcomed more in a way, because like that's like what the music is trying to communicate, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
If you don't do it in a corny fashion. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
there's a lot of corny lyrics these days. Like if you listen to like Yeet or like Destroy Lonely or something like that, they say some corny shit. But you have to remember like the style and the flow and the way everything's mixed together is so different. It hits different too. So they could say the same thing on one of their beats, and it can be perceived differently by like somebody that's in Gen Z, for example, because he could be like, "They don't say," or something like that. It could be the same lyrics, but the way it's mixed and the way the flow is laid changes everything. And that's why like it sounds crazy, but like the lyrics are not the first thing for me when I'm listening to music. It's how is this whole thing put together
How
as
is
a
it
composition?
delivered?
How is it delivered? How did you orchestrate this entire thing from the start of the beat all the way down to the master?
Because like the way, that's very legit. Because like everything from way you flow it to the way you master it, like to the way you record it, even like if you look at the like the way people record, like you look at say like somebody from New York, the East Coast, like you look at Old Tribe or something like that, Biggie, the vocals are usually a lot more dry, they're a lot more straightforward and like up in the mix. You look at like the West Coast and you see like, back in the day, or even like, you look at Nipsey Hussle, or you go as far back as like a Tupac or like Snoop or something, the vocals are a lot more wet. There's a lot more like reverb and stuff like that, and it's a lot more relaxed and laid back. You could take the same lyrics, and if you deliver it differently, you mix it differently and stuff like that, it's a whole different song.
Yeah.
So it just depends on like what's your approach to doing it. You could even take this same song and you could just like change up the beat, and then you could even like mess with the flow a little bit, and you got a whole different era of music. So it's like Blake said, it's just the way it's delivered. And I think you sound good on this. I think that it sounds like something you're comfortable with. Just keep on experimenting and playing around.
Hell yeah. Noah, we do this every single week. Same place, YouTube, Dark Gems INTO. Same time, 7 p.m. Central. So if you want, tell them to submit next week. Because we are time. We are almost on time.
Almost on time. However, Dan.
What?
Go to my SoundCloud.
Why are we going to your SoundCloud?
Because you're gonna go people that the people I follow care. Show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all what I was listening to when I was 15.
I have to go to your who you're following.
Yeah.
Okay.
Search for MC Cash.
I'm just gonna scroll. You don't follow that many people.
Yeah. I made it easy.
Da-da-da-da-da.
A lot of people going back in time. Here he is, MC
Bring
Cash.
it
This is the
back.
first rapper I worked with, okay? So when I was learning how to produce, I didn't rap yet. I was like 16, 17. I was just making beats. I would take pieces of Wale instrumentals and I would try to glue them all together and make a beat. And shit has changed. But if you go to MC Cash and you scroll down from his songs and you find Checkmate, or if you could search for it.
Rarest rap, murders, direction, checkmate.
Or no, play direction.
Power
Play
pods have
direction. Sorry.
85%.
Which
Damn.
one?
Play direction. Direction is the better song.
Direction.
This is what I listen to. This is my introduction to, hey, bro, why don't you fucking make music? Because people are out here making music. Like, my older brothers are making music. So, like, and this is what I would listen to. To this.
He was
Back
walking
in
home in
the
the rain
old
listening to
days.
this.
Give me a map. I found my own way, cause lost in this world it's seeming like it's the new thing. Crossing different paths, collisions happen like every day. It's sad to say, but some days we struggle real hard. That some people falling victims to their own nine. Unlike cats, man, we only get one life. And some people out here died at 30, not physically, but mentally they living off of the purpose.
Buddha man, welcome.
The straight prices of a nigga's self-worth. And some days my self-esteem be feeling low as a curve. But shit, I ain't gon' let up, cause things always get better. I'm a shooting star in progress, so my feeling moving up. And all my people go insane, but nobody gives a fuck. Just a standard we was handed. The world placed us as some peasants, but we really kings and queens. Another day, another lesson. This reality is hard, so my brothers take a step in.
Some days it feel like we work too hard, and we don't even gotta really work that hard. A fish out of water, he been on his job, cause a young nigga looking for a young nigga out here looking for that.
Oh yeah, that's got a dope vibe. Fuck yeah. What up, Buddha man? Welcome to the chat. You caught us here at the very end of our podcast here. I've said it again, but I've said it once and I'll say it again. We do this every single Wednesday. Same place, same time. Dark Gems, INTL, YouTube, 7 p.m. Central.
Same bad place, same bad channel.
So, that was MC Cash and Chris Creations, Joliet. And
Oh, hell yeah.
MC Cash has not dropped a track in 4 years. And he still likes my shit on Facebook. He likes whenever I put on a music video. He's been seeing the progress. And, like, that's, like, that is my music day one. So, like, if I post this clip and he sees it, MC Cash start dropping music again. Chris Creations start dropping music again. For real. This
Drop
is
that
7
shit.
years ago they dropped it. Damn. I want to hear your take on that track though.
I like that track. I like the beat on it, especially with the context of thinking about, you're talking about you used to walk home in the rain and stuff, listening to that. I know that vibe because I was probably doing something similar around that time where, I was just like walking in the rain and like feeling the vibey tracks. I really like the beat. The flow is cool. It is kind of laid back, but it's like it's got a lot of, it's got a lot of personality to it. The rhymes are pretty dope. Like this reminds me of something that I would vibe with too, especially back then around 2014. I would have definitely been playing this.
Like, we gotta get up soon, bro. When you coming to St. Paul again?
Dude, we're putting together a tour date in St. Paul, so
That's
that'll
true.
probably be around July, August.
That's the plan, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that leads us into the perfect segue.
I'll be in the
into our-
cities. I'll
our
be
clothing
in the
statement.
cities like twice a month though.
So what do we got? What do we got coming up? What are our plans? What are we doing? What's going on here in the 507 area and so forth, surrounding areas? What are we
I
doing?
need 3 real estate investors to meet me at the table for a $7 million red light district project on Rochester's West Circle Drive exit.
We go to one strip club in Duluth.
Like,
and
it
this man
sounds
is
funny,
hooked.
bro, because like it's something not even close to anything Rochester's ever done. Apparently, and instead of Aquarius, apparently.
Didn't
But
Rochester
like,
used to have a strip club, but Mayo Clinic was
Probably
like,
once upon a time.
get that out of here.
They were
but
probably
here's
like,
the thing. Here's
Why
the
is
thing.
it not in Mayo?
I'm not from here. I'm not from here. So I give less of a fuck than anybody. And guess what? I'm still going to push for it. So I will push for it until I am at the city board and I have a bunch of people on the city board who are obviously paid off by Mayo or are part of Mayo. And they're going to look me in the face and we're like, we're not going to approve a building project like this because it's not something that we want to fit in with the culture here in Rochester and Olmsted County. And I'm going to be like, watch me. Watch me. I don't care if you don't approve it. I'm going to make it happen. Because money talks, and we know the Saudis be here doing nefarious things.
That's true.
I might get freaking offed for saying this on live. But
I'm waiting for it.
It's gonna happen. The bots are gonna find your ass.
Come on, guys. Guys, I'm making this easier for you. You like money. Come on. Come to the table. Come to the table. I'm getting my real estate investors together.
That's besides the point.
Come to the table, okay? We are a joke, bro. People go to La Crosse. They drive an hour just to go to another bar, okay? That's a joke, okay? People go to Austin before they go to here. Jeez.
So yes, we're planning on something to come up there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I didn't even answer your question. Yeah, so there are several tour dates being planned between me, Jay Havoc, and Dabo Fly around the Midwest. And as far as locally, we're tapped into a bunch of venues here, and we're about to see like invite some real estate. Bro, I will do that. Yes, bro, yes, I know,
like a
yes.
great idea.
You know who I'm gonna invite too, right? Don't say it. But you know who I'm going to invite. Anyways, yeah, so we're working on a tour. We got
We already
several
know.
different venues here in Rochester that are going to be popping off this summer. We're going to have shows on the street. We're going to have shows in the forest. We're going to have shows at your mom's house.
Your mom's house might even be in the forest.
The artists in Roch, if they don't come up this summer, I don't know what to say. I guess it's the world ended, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing stopping what's happening right now.
We're about to
Nothing.
bang out some really ill shows, some ill projects. Keep in touch. Keep walking into the fucking chat and just putting your music in and submitting, and we will keep giving feedback. But also, if you want to get involved, hit us up.
Speaking
There's
of Bear
only-
in the Woods speaking of Bear in the Woods is since Mr. Jack the Ripper seems to be out of hibernation. anything coming up new for you in the future, my guy? Any shows, any songs,
Yep.
anything?
So, planning on dropping this new EP next month.
Next
Sloth.
month. Ooh.
Got a show June 22nd up in Minneapolis
Oh, yeah.
with Cuck Calhoun,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
previously of Strange Music, now
Normal
his
music.
own his own normal music.
Bro, that
Black
would be,
Gold DNT.
Yeah.
Physical copies, yes, always. I do all the digital stuff, sure, but I always have physical copies.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that.
Bro, things are going to be popping off all summer. The only thing that can stop me is if I walk into my spot late at night and I turn on the lights
And Mayo
I
Clinic
look-
takes you out.
I look in the corner of the room where my chair is, and it's now facing me, but it's in the dark corner that's still like shadowed by like a plant or something like that. And Kim Norton is smoking a cigarette, and she says, "You think you're gonna build a music scene in my city, huh?" She taps her foot, and I'm like, "Who are you?" And she's, "I think you know who I am, taking samples of my voice and putting them in your songs." And I'm gonna be like, Kim Norton, is that you?" And then she's gonna say, "I know you've been expecting me, this whole little music scene you've been building." And I'll be like, I'm sorry, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
He was kidding. He never
Come to the
meant.
table, Kim. Come to the table.
All right.
Come to the table. I'm bringing all my real estate people. I need $47 million. That's it. Maybe less. I don't know. I'm not a numbers guy.
And
But
with that,
Hey,
we will catch you all next week. Like I said, same place,
next
same
Wednesday.
time, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central. Can we get a corny wave goodbye? Like this is like a kid show goodbye.
goodbye.